Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Last night, Jimmy Fallon, a supposed comedic or a comedian or whatever you call these people, supposedly, last night, he seemed to make fun of yours truly and what I've been educating about with this rigged World Cup, which we called a long time ago, between the GOAT and the baby GOAT, the protege of MESSI-YAMAL. And last night on his show, he showed the photo of Messi as a 19-year-old bathing baby Yamal who just turned 19 this past Monday. He brought up how they both wore 19 for Barcelona. He brought up a few of the 19s we brought up. What I would like to do in this video is bring even more 19s to the table because Jimmy Fallon ended his skit in which he said, these weirdos online are saying the World Cup is rigged, but he ended the skit by going up to some fans. And he said, hey, could you please look at under your seat and open the envelope? And can you over there please open the envelope under your seat? And one person opened their envelope and it was 18 and another person opened it and it said 1. And Jimmy Fallon goes, wow, 18 plus 1, 19. The same kind of crap you get when idiots will come into my channel and leave comments like that. Oh, yeah, 19, huh? I had 19 farts last hour. It's like, oh, okay. And is that the same as what we're exposing here? But just watch this, you guys. Watch how perfect this is. And we're going to get to why 19 is all over this rigged World Cup. Of course, Capricorn, the GOAT, that astrological sign, it ends on the 19th day of the year. And again, what I'd like is when I'm done with this, please let me know what other 19s you find in the rig, because I guarantee there's even more out there. And I'm also going to show you why things I think are about to take a turn for the worst with the war that is also scripted by the numbers going on in the background. And again, you'll see just what I mean. How Messi came into this World Cup with 911 career goals. Yeah, I'm going to make a lot of sense of this. Again, remember, 911 made the national emergency dialing code in 1968, the same year the Quran code was discovered that says the Quran's based on 19. Lamine Yamal is Muslim. That was the same year World Trade Center construction began in New York. And you know the rest of the list. If not, we'll go over it again. They synced that whole rigged NFL Super Bowl up that year. That was the only year the New York Jets won a Super Bowl. The year all those things happened. 911, World Trade Center construction, Boeing debuting their jumbo jetliners all in the same year. The New York Jets won their only Super Bowl. What happened after 9/11? All of a sudden, the Patriots are such a great team after the Patriot Act. Again, we're going to put it all together here. We're going to put it all together. So if you want to watch Jimmy Fallon seemingly mocking yours truly last night, shout out to Big R. Big R's pounded payment with us from Los Angeles to Seattle to New York, getting this knowledge out on the streets. We've educated about all the 19 rituals on the streets of all these cities with what's going on in this country. Why Cootie's 19 came 19 years after 9/11 and the 19 hijackers. And keep in mind, Cootie's 19 was simulated in New York, just like how this World Cup championship with all these 19s with this war in the background is in New York. It reminds me of what's the Islamic mayor up there in New York now? How he came out and addressed the people after he won the election 19 minutes after the hour. None of this stuff's an accident, you guys. It's all part of an important code. And if you missed last night's stream, at the end of last night's stream, somebody said, I was educating all the 19s, and somebody said, hey, Zach, check out this headline. Look at this headline. This headline broke the same night Jimmy Fallon made fun of essentially what we've been exposing about this rigged World Cup and 19 in the bathing photo. Look at this. On the same night Jimmy Fallon makes fun of us, this headline comes out. A $13,000 Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra with Messi on the back exists, and only 19 will be made. You want to guess what year that phone debuted? You want to take one guess what year the phone debuted? If you guess 2019, you're 100% correct. That phone debuted September 6th, 2019. You want to guess what day of the month Jimmy Fallon was born on? Jimmy Fallon was born in September. You want to guess what day of September he was born on? If you guessed the 19th, you're correct. But look at this. When Leo Messi became a superstar, he was age 19. He had his first hat trick, and I'm going to show you some even more amazing things about that hat trick than what I've already shown you in recent days. But you know how Messi started this year's World Cup with a hat trick, getting to 16 goals in the World Cup on the 16th? That was literally the 19th game of this World Cup. From start to Messi's first game with Argentina, that was the 19th game of this World Cup. But when Messi had his first career hat trick, he was 19 years old. And do you know how many goals he scored when he was 19 years old? Messi scored 19 goals when he was 19 years old, playing for Barcelona, which is who Yamal plays for, who is now 19. And when Messi was 19 years old, he wore number 19, just like Yamal wears number 19 right now. So, okay, we're just going to go through the 19s here because there's a lot. You know, Jimmy Kimmel wants to say this is weirdo stuff. Weirdos online think the World Cup is rigged because 19. And look, this person had 18 under their seat, and this one, there's another 19. How dumb. How dumb. Did that information help your audience make any money? How much did they waste going to your show that's not even funny, where they have to told on a big thing up here, applause, laugh? Isn't that exactly how it is when you go to one of these shows? I actually got to go to one of these shows years ago, Jay Leno, because I had a friend that worked for NBC, or more like a friend's father who worked for NBC. But that's exactly how it is, you know, that you get a sign, a big electronic sign, laugh, clap, cheer. You have to be instructed what to do for these people that aren't even funny. Anyway, 19 goals at 19 for the GOAT. Again, Capricorn ends on the 19th day of January. There's Messi seemingly diddling a little Yamal. Where's his hand at? Take a good look. Here's Messi's jersey when he was 19 years old, number 19. And remember, Barcelona's sponsor then was UNICEF, which is what this photo was taken for. And don't forget that UNICEF equals 104, like World Cup. Like this is the first ever World Cup with 104 games played, and it's going to be the Argentina's coach's 104th game coaching the team. Again, if you're saying, what do you mean World Cup's 104, UNICEF's 104? I'm talking about in the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. Not to mention Messi's full name is 104. Yeah, we'll go through all of it. We're going to bring it all together. Well, I say all of it, but I know you guys are going to find some more 19s. So anyway, here's 19-year-old Yamal, who wears 19. Who just turned 19 this past Monday, which is just perfect how it fit on a Monday. Out of all the days he could have turned 19, it just happened to be on a Monday when the moon is on the 19-year cycle that keeps it in sync with the sun. Again, that's the sync between the Hebrew calendar and the Gregorian calendar, or the Catholic Church's calendar, is the 19 years. They come back into sync every 19 years. And don't forget, in tarot, where the oldest tarot deck goes back to Italy, all roads lead to Rome, the 19th card is the sun card. So, if you count the goals between Argentina and Spain, Spain has scored 19 goals versus Argentina all time. 19. Argentina has scored 18 goals versus Spain. Yamal just went from age 18 to 19 during this World Cup. If Argentina does score the first goal of the game, they're going to be tied at 19 all. They're going to be 19-19 in scoring against each other all time. And don't forget, that was a huge number with the rigged Super Bowl this year. The last 3 times there was a new pope. The Seahawks went to the Super Bowl each time. We pointed out before a game was played in the playoffs, if Seattle made it to the Super Bowl, they would become 19-19 in playoffs all time, exactly 19 weeks after Pope Leo's birthday. And sure enough, they did. Seattle's the only city in all of pro sports that equals 19. And, of course, Seattle was up 19-0 in the Super Bowl. So, there's something greater going on here because the first Seahawks franchise started in Miami, and Messi plays for the MLS in Miami. And don't forget, the word Miami relates to a native tribe in Indiana. Indiana is the 19th state. Indiana won the college championship this year. Seattle won the Super Bowl, both in 19 rituals. The year before that, the rigged NBA Finals was the Thunder, who started in Seattle, winning their first championship since 79 in the 79 season, doing it over Indiana. Last night, you just had a ritual. with Indiana and Seattle in the WNBA. I don't want to get you lost, but again, this stuff's not an accident. It's not an accident that they had that game last night with Caitlin Clark setting a WNBA record. All this stuff is part of one big script. And it's all about 19 this year. Or I shouldn't even say this year. We always talk about how big 19 is. So Spain defeated France, getting their 19th win versus France all time in the semis to advance to the championship. And in doing so, Spain stayed on 19 losses all time in the World Cup. You see that all-time goal differential of 76? We're going to get to that because Capricorn, the GOAT, its astrological symbol looks like 76, like how the Seahawks' first NFL season was in 76. Argentina and Spain are tied against each other 6-6 in the win and loss column. They also have 2 draws, but in wins and losses, they're 6-6. So there's going to be a 7-6 that comes out of it no matter what the outcome is. We got the GOAT versus the baby GOAT. Remember, Adidas, they put out the ad 2 years to the day of the match being set, GOAT, baby GOAT, just like how that was the thing with Super Bowl 55 where Brady defeated Mahomes. And this year, Argentina played their first game in KC. And then they had the big comeback versus Atlanta. Mahomes plays for KC. Brady had the huge comeback versus Atlanta, 25 points on February 5th, 2-5 when Falcons equals 25. After Messi came back in Atlanta to beat Egypt, Brady said Messi's comeback was even better than his versus Atlanta. By the way, Brady was 39 years old back then, like Messi's 39 right now. Brady, he did the GOAT ritual, going from 6 Super Bowls to 7. In Super Bowl 55, Argentina's next World Cup win is 55, and in Gematria, Argentina equals 55, as does Barcelona, who both of these guys played for, Messi and Yamal. But anyway, Spain, the only other time they were in the championship, in light of how they just got their 19th win versus France and stayed on 19 losses in the World Cup, the only other time they were in the championship was 16 years ago in the 19th FIFA World Cup, in the 19th. And remember, Messi and Yamal both played for Barcelona. The football team was established November 29th. From the championship on the 19th of July. And don't forget, I gave you guys for free. I told you if Argentina advances to the championship, winning 2-1 over England, just like the score of the hand to God goal game, they will be 19-7 in goals scored and goals allowed. Just like how the championship's on 19-7. Did Argentina win 2-1? Just like I gave you in 5 different videos before the game was played? Yeah, they did. So Argentina goes in, 19 goals scored, 7 allowed on the championship on the 19th. But look at this. The championship is also 19 weeks exactly before the establishment anniversary of Barcelona, when both Messi and Yamal played for Barcelona at age 19, wearing the number 19. And for the record, 19 weeks is 133 days. They're the same thing. Football's 133. It's also 43 like GOAT. The ritual that Jimmy Fallon did last night was exactly 43 weeks after his birthday and a span of 65 days to his upcoming birthday on the 19th of September. And you see how GOAT's 20. Spain advanced to the World Cup winning 2-0 20 days after Messi's birthday. Earlier in this World Cup, Messi scored 2 goals, winning 2-0 2 days before his birthday to get Argentina 2-0 in the championship. One of several exact scores we hit in this tournament. I think that was the first time we hit an exact score. We hit several between there and the last one where we just gave you 2-1. GOAT 16. Again, GOAT versus baby GOAT 16 years after Spain went to their last championship. And by the way, don't forget, you guys, they canceled the meeting of Yamal and Messi on March 27th this year due to the war. That has a lot to do with religion and that 19 Quran code, as we'll get to in a second. But they canceled that game on March 27th. And the last time that Argentina and Spain played in history was also on March 27th, but back in 2018. And the score of that game was 1-6. 1-6. Go figure. Remember when Brady became the undisputed GOAT, he was 43. He went down to Florida at age 43, like how shortly after number 43 took office, George W. Bush, whose daddy was the 43rd vice president, who won because of Florida, where his brother was the 43rd governor. Remember, shortly after that, all the 9/11 crap happened. That's a big factor here, as we're getting to. with the 19 hijackers. Remember, they couldn't find any plane. They couldn't find any plane parts. They couldn't find any black boxes, but they found 19 passports. See, that's actually funny. It's funny to think how dumb people are to believe that crap, the kind of stuff that Jimmy Fallon would go on the show and go, can you believe online conspiracy theorists think there must have been so many people involved, but it didn't get out that it was an inside job? You know, it's the kind of joke they would tell on late night TV. It's like, yeah, money and a bunch of other stuff does keep people silent. Didn't a bunch of people end up dead around the whole 9/11 thing too? People who were close to it, firefighters and whatnot. I'm pretty sure a lot of people just died around that time too, and maybe they were. You know, what do they say? Loose lips sink ships. They're not here to talk about it anymore. What's the saying about? Can't even think of the one. I don't know. Somebody's got out there where I'm going with this. Something about once you're dead, you know, you don't make any more noise. I forget what the phrase is. It's along the lines of loose lips sink ships, but it has to do with death and not talking anymore. Anyway, or it's something about what? The only way a secret can be kept between two men is if only one's living, or something like that. I can't think exactly how it goes, but it's something like that. Anyway, Messi did come into this World Cup with exactly 911 career goals. What a number, 911. Huh? Championship in New York in the 201 area code. It's actually across the river in New Jersey, but it's where the Giants and Jets play. If Fallon's not from New Jersey, is he? Maybe he is from New Jersey. But anyway, 911 career goals in the 201 area code. And don't get me started on all the 201s. But remember, once upon a time, there were 2 towers that became 0 before they became 1. And it goes with Event 201 in New York being the coronavirus simulation, which was called COVID-19 when the pandemic happened 19 years after the 19 hijackers. And again, I wrote a book about that, you know, and this book came out early in 2020 at the start of the scam. And I told you why they would end it when the year of the tiger came around, like they did. You know, one of a million correct predictions that actually have meaning. But anyway, in 1968, the Quran code discovered, saying it was all based on 19. Remember, 19 hijackers. The lead hijacker, Muhammad Atta, born in 1968. That was also the year Bin Laden got put in a very exclusive private school at Saudi Arabia. I remember he comes from a very powerful, wealthy family that was literally sitting at the table with George Herbert Walker Bush the morning of 9/11, just blocks away from the World Trade Centers. Remember, the only people that could fly after 9/11 in the U.S. were the Bin Laden family out of the country. Wow, another crazy coincidence. If you guys don't know about that, for your younger ones, look it up. The only people that could fly in America were the Bin Laden family after they were done meeting with Bush, the older one at the Carlyle Group. In a big coincidence, one of a million coincidences that day. But yeah, 911 became the U.S. emergency dialing code. Construction on the World Trade Center began in New York. George W. Bush graduated from Yale. By the way, from Bush's birthday, July 6th. Oh, he must be some kind of goat there, 7-6. But from his birthday, don't forget about, you know what? Don't forget about the Goatville killings at Yale, right before Brady became the GOAT in Florida and the rigged Super Bowl 55 over the Chiefs. Anyway, I think those are still unsolved murders. But anyway, from Bush's birthday to September 11th, just for the record, is 68 days, and the word terror equals 68, you know, his favorite word. Terror, terror, terror. Run the alphabetical order in reverse. CIA 68. His daddy was with the CIA in 68 before he was vice president and president. Again, they had that powerful other family member, the senator who'd made a lot of money working with the Nazis, Prescott Bush. Nazis modeled after the SS, the Jesuits. Boeing out of Seattle. Remember, the World Trade Centers were designed by Japanese American. Kind of remind you of kamikazes crashing their planes into targets. A Japanese American out of Seattle designed the World Trade Centers. Boeing out of Seattle. Magnus and Clementkix, the second engineering company on the World Trade Centers, out of Seattle. Seattle's the city by the sea associated with Poseidon. Part of the architecture of the World Trade Centers was the Trident of Poseidon. When they got Bin Laden, supposedly, it was Operation Neptune Spear. Neptune in astrology is Poseidon. Neptune Spear is the Trident. But yeah, anyway, George W. Bush graduated from Yale in 68, and along with Skull and Bones. Remember, they put out the movie about Paul Walker, the Skulls, right before that, right before the rigged selection. In the next selection, he ran against John Kerry, also a member of Skull and Bones. Paul Walker died in the red Porsche, like he gets a red Porsche in the schools. 5 years to the day of Papa Bush, George Herbert Walker Bush, dying on the same day. November 30th, 11 plus 30, 41, like he was number 41, like Skull and Bones equals 41. But yeah, also in 68, again, the 68 season was the Jets' only Super Bowl season. Predictive programming, Jets, towers, kaboom. That's the story, right? 2001, A Space Odyssey came out that year. So did A Planet of the Apes, which shows New York in ruins. But yeah, Lamine Yamal's Muslim, right? The Quran code's about 19. Every number in the Quran comes back to 19. That's what the Quran code's about. That was supposedly discovered in 68. So Messi's not. Comes in with the 9/11. Yamal just turned 19. This war between Islam and, the Abrahamic religions pretty much all warring with each other in the Middle East. You can just put it that way. From Messi's birthday anniversary, June 24th, which is modern Freemasonry's birthday and the day in history that Ignatius Loyola became a Jesuit priest. From June 24th to Yamal's birthday, July 13th, is 19 days. They're born 19 days apart. Obviously, years too, because Messi's older, but their birthdays are 19 days apart. Okay. Messi and Yamal. And notice, they were supposed to play this year, March 27, 2026. It got canceled due to the war. From that day to the championship on the 19th is 114 days. How many surahs are there in the Quran? 114. Is 114 divisible by 19? Yeah. 19 times 6 is 114. Again, all the numbers in the Quran are divisible by 19. That's what the Quran code is about. So what are the odds? What are the odds? And you might recall the World Cup was canceled due to world wars. No World Cup in 42, no World Cup in 46. By the way, congrats to the winners. We had England over France today, 199th day of the year, 46 prime. You got a 4-6 score. Could that be alluding to how 46 was one of the years canceled due to the World War? But yeah, rumors of a much larger war brewing in the background. That game was canceled due to the war. And now, in the World Cup, 114 days later, all this stuff is going on. All this stuff is going on. Now, something that's interesting is the first World Cup after the World Wars was played in 1950. And look at what day it began. It began on June 24th. Oh, interesting date. That's modern Freemasonry's birthday. It's Messi's birthday. It's the day of that crazy earthquake this year. Hey, Jimmy Kimmel, how funny is this? Earthquake 163. Go see all the 163 rituals we talked about with the earthquakes this year on June 24th, including there being 163 total goals in the World Cup the day of the earthquake. By the time the games were over June 24th, there were 163 goals in the World Cup. And again, go back to 1990 during the World Cup. There was a massive earthquake that wasted Iran, killing tens of thousands of people. And the parallel between what happened in 90 and 2026, besides it being Venezuela this time, like how the U.S. took out the leaders in Venezuela and Iran in a perfect ritual, which is a whole nother story. But again, the other parallel there is that the day of the earthquake in both years, Brazil played Brazil played Scotland in the last game of Group C in both years. So you had the exact same matchup in the same group as the last game of that group on the day of these crazy earthquakes. And it just happens to be Venezuela and Iran. And remember, the Venezuela earthquakes that did a lot of damage were 39 seconds apart. Venezuela 39, Messi turned 39 that day, and the leader of the Jesuits is from Venezuela, Arturo Sosa 39. And there's a whole lot more to it. Again, don't overlook the 107 up there for earthquake. That's been a huge theme with this tournament. The hand of God is 107. Run it in reverse, it's 217. Hey, if somebody's up 2-0 in the championship, their scoring is going to be 21 goals for, 7 against. The earthquake was 293 days after Messi's birthday. Or excuse me, no. It was 293 days after he qualified for the World Cup, defeating Venezuela, which is the 62nd prime. You see that 62 up there? And just for the record, FIFA World Cup is 62 as well. And did you notice the 4-6? Because wasn't that the score today as England defeated France? England, who lost to Argentina in the hand of God goal game. So we'll be going over all the props tomorrow, everything we think that's going to happen in the rig script tomorrow, see if we can nail another exact score, see what else we can nail. But we've already done a lot of damage, again, just like we did in the last World Cup, because these things are a script, and you have this knowledge, you can see through the script, and a lot of times you can get ahead of it. But, yeah, anyway, we're trying to mostly focus on the 19 here, but really there's some other stuff that needs to be dropped. In light of the symbol for Capricorn being a 76, essentially, look at Messi's full name. 76. Weird. The last World Cup, or the first World Cup after the World Wars ended, was 76 years ago, and it just happened to start on the same day that's now Messi's birthday. Messi was born 37 years later, like Spain comes into this game with 37 wins in the World Cup. There's probably something to that. And remember, something I gave you guys a long time ago. We showed you the bathtub photo a long time ago. We told you how a year to the day of the championship. I told you this, a year to the day of the championship. I said, hey, look what Messi did today. I said, wow, he scored 2 goals in New York a year to the day of the World Cup championship in New York. Looks like he's going to 2 straight to me. And then we showed you, once we found out about the bathtub photo, we saw, well, isn't that perfect? The World Cup for the 23rd World Cup in 2026, it ends on July 19th, 59 days after FIFA's May 21st birthday. Spain, 59, 23. Spain in reverse, 76. Spain in reverse with numerology, 31. Brady keeps talking about Messi and being the real GOAT and reminding us of Super Bowl 55, where Brady beat Mahomes 31-9. 40 points, too, like 1986 was the hand of God goal year, where they keep paying tribute to that hand of God goal over and over again. But, yeah, that was 40 years ago. And if you're new here, well, also that 107, you guys, you see how Seattle's 107 and 19? Team USA got eliminated in Seattle. And they fell to 1-0-7 versus Belgium, 1-0-7. There's that 19, too. Last night, I was telling you about Seattle's 19 ritual in the Super Bowl. Indiana, the 19th state, winning the championship in Miami, when Miami's the native tribe that lives in Indiana. And again, the Seahawks originally were the Miami Seahawks, and they folded and became the Baltimore Colts, who moved to Indiana. How all these things are connected. Last night, Caitlin Clark sets an NBA record, beating Seattle and scoring 100, or the team scored 107 points versus Seattle. Again, all these things being connected. But yeah, mad ritualism goes beyond just the 19. Got to learn the 4 base ciphers of the English language. Alphabetic order, reverse alphabetic order, both orders with numerology applied. Problem with America is it just wants to laugh and be entertained all the time. I get it. That's fun. We all want to laugh and have a good time. But you know what else is part of being a human? Being informed, being knowledgeable, having skills, knowing your enemy, especially when there's an enemy that's playing with your life every day, mocking you, making fun of you, getting you to participate in their crap that you really don't need to be participating in. This stuff's evil, too. I mean, they're sacrificing people left and right. They're rigging the games. They're manipulating people's energy. They're starting wars. They got almost everybody just distracted with the Coliseum and just in a state where they just need to constantly be entertained. And if they're confronted with any information that's outside of their programming, they just break down. They just have a conniption. They can't handle it. I need some anti-anxiety meds. I need my antipsychotics. I need my antidepressants. How are people this weak? How are they this weak? I sit here and deal with this ugly stuff all day. I'm fine. You know, I don't need any medication. I don't need to go bury my head somewhere. I don't need to tune out and go watch the latest Netflix comedy roast or whatever. No. All I want is to stop this evil. That's what every decent human being should want. All of this stuff is evil that they're doing. Anyway, you can come read this post. I'm not going to go over every note here, but there's a lot of things that are important. You know, Mahomes has been following around Argentina. Argentina's on 179 World Cup points right now. Mahomes' birthday is 17/9. 179 is the 41st prime. World Cup. We just talked about all these things going on 40 years ago. World Cup, 40. First World Cup with 104 games in it. Yamal was born on the 41st anniversary of the only match between Argentina and Spain before this championship that'll happen tomorrow. And that 112, what is the name of the match that was canceled between Argentina and Spain on March 27th? It's Finalissima, or however you say it. Finalissima. Look at this. It equals 112. 112, just like World Cup. All these things paying tribute to 40 years ago in 86, the year of the hand of God goal. Remember, Messi set the scoring record on Maradona's anniversary of the hand of God goal, which for the record is the 173rd day of the year, the 40th prime. Maradona's full name equals 173. We've gone over all this. We had France to get shut out by Spain so that it would keep home teams on 173 goals going into the rematch of England and Argentina, the hand of God goal game. We had Argentina to win 2-1 to pay tribute to the same score in the hand of God goal game, et cetera, et cetera. And don't forget, when England and Argentina both advanced to play in the semi, they did it on the day leaving 173 days left in the year. But yeah, World Cup's 40, United States is 40, U.S. is 40, USA is 40. Notice it's also 41, like USA won their first game 4-1 and lost their last game 4-1. And they won their first game on George Herbert Walker Bush's birthday and lost the other game on George Walker Bush's birthday. And just for the record, George Bush is also 107. Just for the record. He was in there when supposedly the 19 hijackers got us. Didn't the BBC go interview him and they were all alive and well overseas? But yeah, Capricorn's the GOAT. The astrological symbol for a Capricorn looks a lot like a 7 and a 6. We went over this in a big way. You might recall when Brady won Super Bowl 55, he had that GOAT ad with Gronkowski and T-Mobile, which, by the way, is headquartered in Seattle. There's probably something to that. T-Mobile's headquartered in Seattle. T-Mobile, 76. I mean, we were talking about all these things back in Super Bowl 55. Shout out to Cousin Mar, who took our advice and hitting a combination of futures, turned $85 into $85,000. And you know where that $85 came from Cousin Mar? He was homeless at the time. He just donated plasma. No longer homeless. 85 into 85 G's. Taking advantage of the rig system. Nothing funny about it. But way better than anything Jimmy Fallon's ever done in his life. Jimmy Fallon reads off a teleprompter. Not even funny. Capricorn ends on the 19th day of the year. Don't forget who was the biggest beneficiary of the 19 hijackers in the Patriot Act. It was Tom Brady, who keeps comparing himself to Messi. And what's funny is if Messi ends up playing in the next World Cup, he's going to be 43. As it says here, Capricorn is connected to 19 because January 19th is the final day of the sun sign period. And Western astrology, Capricorn spans from December 22nd to January 19th. After which the sun transitions into Aquarius. You know what else I realize about that now? MESSI-YAMAL. He has the 43 in his name, like GOAT, and 65 like GOAT, as we'll get to. And the 191, which is the 43rd prime, but the 19th of January can be written that way. So isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Like I said, Jimmy Fallon's skit last night was exactly 43 weeks after his birthday, born on the 19th of September. And yeah, you know what? Here, let's just do it. For anyone out there who doubts that Argentina played their first game as the 19th game of the World Cup. By the way, the guy who calls himself the best decoder in the world, he had France today. Wrong. He also missed both teams in last year's World Cup, and I don't think he got this year's right either. A guy who learned from me, but doesn't do the best job, but thinks he's the greatest decoder. He really needs to stop. He hangs out with the rest of the goofball decoders. They were big on Netherlands. Anyway, here, let's go through it. Don't forget, the 1986 World Cup championship was hosted in Mexico. Mexico had the ultimate 6-6-6 ritual playing the first game. But, all right, there were 2 games on June 11th, right? There were 2 games on June 12th, so we played 4 games. On June 13th, there were 3. So we played 7. 7. we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more games. So we played 12 now through the 14th. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're up to 16 through June 15th. And then coming into the 16th, 16 games under the belt. 17, 18, 19. Argentina, 19th game. Messi scored a hat trick and got to 16 World Cup goals on the 16th. And there's been this huge theme with 19 and 16. Again, Indiana, the 19th state, went 16-0 this year in Miami. And again, Miami relates to a tribe that's in the Indiana area. Look it up. Seattle, the 19 city. They were up 19-0. They won by 16. It is 2026, the 16th composite. 26 being the 16th composite's interesting because Messi, who they called the GOAT, the championship here in 2026 is on the 26th day of his age. Okay. So remember, Messi scored his first ever hat trick on March 10th, 2007. And part of what again, I gave you guys all this stuff for free if you were watching my videos before the championship. I said, look at this. This is part of the reason we thought Spain could win 2-0 over France. March 10th, 2026, the 19th anniversary of that game, to July 19th, the championship tomorrow is 131 days. I mean, I've taught about championships and 131 a gazillion times. Spain right now scoring is 13 goals for, 1 against. And they got to 13 playing in Dallas. Just like how when Messi beat the German on the Hand of God goal anniversary, he passed the German 13 days after the German's birthday. And Dallas is also 41, which is the 13th prime. And I mean, 49 is 4 plus 9 is 13. And 113 is not too far off. Anyway, the point is 13 always plays in Dallas. Huge number there across all rig sports. Take advantage of it all the time. But isn't this wild? Lamine Yamal's first ever hat trick was on the 59th day of the year. Again, the championship's 59 days after FIFA's birthday. That was also the day the war between the U.S. and Iran began, which was on the 8th anniversary of the Trump third temple coin coming out. Look it up, yeah. Trump and King Cyrus on one side and the third temple on another. So you can see where this war is going. I mean, there's people that want to get rid of the, Temple Mount area and build the third temple there. But anyway, Yamal just happened to have his first hat trick on that day, 103 days before the World Cup began, when Messi's first hat trick was on March 10th. And I'm telling you about how all this stuff factors into 9/11. You know who was born on March 10th? You know who was born on that day? This guy, Osama bin Laden, born March 10th. And he's super relevant. We just used understanding this the other night to call the Mets to beat the Phillies in the only game played after the All-Star break. It was a total tribute to Osama. Remember, they broke the news to the world of Osama supposedly being killed at a Mets-Phillies game. The Mets were in Philly, and they won 2-1. The other night, they won 4-1 to get their 41st win of the year, keeping the Phillies on 54 wins. Osama bin Laden died on his 54th day of being 54, because it was really just a Jesuit ritual. Who knows if he's even dead? Comes from a super powerful family. But, the Mets won 4-1 to get their 41st win. Al-Qaeda 41, Saudi Arabia 41. I mean, all this stuff was written about in our notes before the game was played. All these things are related. It's all one big script. But yeah, bin Laden, that's his birthday, March 10th. And do you remember how they introduced Islamic terrorism to the world on planes? Pan Am 103 bombing? 103. 103. Like 10th of March. Pan Am was created by a Yale Skull and Bones member. The Bush's Skull and Bones. Team USA's World Cup run began on Skull and Bones. George Herbert Walker Bush's birthday, June 12th, the day leaving 202 days left in the year, not to be confused with W, born on 7/6 for the World Cup. We had a good hunch they were going to pay tribute to 41 on number 41's birthday, and then they even lose 4-1 on the Sun's birthday to close it out. Again, to fall to 1-0-7 versus Belgium all time. 1-0-7, George Bush 107 in Seattle, when the whole World Cup's been scripted around the hand of God. DK, you must watch me present him right now. You can call when I'm done, my man. I'm not trying to interrupt the broadcast here. DK, call him when I'm done. From Yamal's little ritual to, again, the start, 103 days, which is the 27th prime, soccer and ritual 27. Don't even get me started how the rigged NBA Finals was all part of this too, because it was. It's a lot to explain, but remember, the NBA Finals was a rematch of 27 years earlier, the 99. The 53rd NBA season, this was the 80th. The Knicks won their first championship in 53 years. They won 53 games in the regular season. They won the finals in their 53rd finals game. Willis Reed, the day he died. Go look at the day he died. The Spurs fell to 19 and 53 that day. There's that 19. He wore number 19. He died at age 80 on the 80th day of the year. The Knicks just won the 80th NBA Finals. Jalen Brunson won it on the last day of his dad being 53 years old, who used to play for the Knicks. Brunson wears 11. His dad wore 9/11, New York. The Spurs in 99 were known for the Twin Towers, Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Did I mention Brunson's dad was on his last day being 53 years old? Red Holzman, the coach of that team, 53. He won 613 games with the Knicks, like there's 613 mitzvahs. Knicks win the finals on 6/13, the day leaving 201 days left in the year. Very special number, like how this World Cup championship will be in the 201 area code, like how two towers became 0 before they became 1, like how FIFA's official name equals 201, like how Messi just set the World Cup scoring record in his 201st game with Argentina. And in the last World Cup, he stayed separate from the team in Suite 201, synced up with Pope Francis, the first Jesuit Pope, the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. On and on and on. There's about 1,053s with the Knicks rigged finals. Rick Adelman died right before they kicked off. He turned 53 the day of the 99 World NBA Finals beginning. But yeah, number 19, Willis Reed, who this was all in tribute to. And now all this 19 stuff. 19 big with the college football championship, the Super Bowl, the finals. Yeah, look it up. You guys, go back and look at the day Willis Reed died. March 21st, 2023. You'll see the Spurs fell to 19 and 53 that day, all en route to getting the number 1 pick to get Wemby. Wemby from France. France came up short. Wemby came up short. But yeah, that was 27 years ago. Don't forget, Alden Smith, number 99 from the NFL, dies as a young man in a Willis Reed jersey the day of the last game of the finals. Ritual killing, ritual rigs. Also, just for the record, it is 103 days from his first hat trick to the start of the World Cup. You could also say it's a span of 104 days. Lionel Andres Messi, 104. First World Cup with 104 games. World Cup, 104. UNICEF, 104. The Barcelona sponsor that's responsible for it was the Barcelona UNICEF calendar that has Messi bathing Yamal. So, yeah, the only time Argentina ever played Spain before tomorrow. Argentina won 2-1 July 13th, 1966. Yamal born July 13th, 2007, 41 years to the day. 9/11, September 11, 2001, 9 plus 11 plus 20 plus 01, 41. USA wins their first game 4-1 on number 41's birthday. All of these things are connected. It's all part of one big rig script. There's nothing funny about it. It's just sick. And the problem with the average American is they have a room temperature IQ and they're sitting there thinking through their own lens. I could never do this. How could anybody else ever do this? Here's all the other things you couldn't do out there, moron. You could never create this thing. Could never create this thing or pretty much any of the gadgets in your life. Just because you can't do something or fathom how to do it doesn't mean somebody else can't. Moron. I know how to watch Jimmy Fallon. I can click power on and go to channel 33. Look at this, you guys. ESPN yesterday, on the same day Jimmy Fallon did his thing, ESPN all day had up a story that Messi is the greatest athlete in the history of Earth. Look at Messi 20 years ago on this comedy spoof with these men just grabbing his junk, grabbing his ass, acting like he's a little spinner. These aren't athletes he's around. These are TV people, which are commonly short people because short people look better on camera. I'm sorry, you can be small and be an athlete, but you can't be the greatest athlete of all time as a little tiny man. At the end of the last game, Messi went up to head the ball to knock it down the field to run out the time, but he was too short, and it just went right over his head. Any average-sized man anywhere in this world would have got his head on that ball, but Messi's so tiny, they call the guy the flea. If it were real, Messi wouldn't even see the field. He'd have no chance of being the greatest of all time. It's just like Tom Brady. Tom Brady has always had the body of a middle-aged man who never hit the gym once. He doesn't have one athletic bone in his body. Sure, he can throw the ball to a spot, and he does have a good, he has good range. I mean, we'll give him that. He's got the arm talent, but he's not an athlete. And it takes athletes to survive in the NFL. Look at every other quarterback in the NFL, just running for their life all day. But somehow Brady, with no athleticism, he just has all day in the pocket. Before the game, man, Brady's missing 2 linemen today. For a normal quarterback, this is a bad situation. They're getting sacked. They're getting killed. Somehow Brady's backups come in, man. These guys are like all pro, first team. Look at that. He's still got all day in the pocket because it's nothing but a script. What, people just don't know how to pass rush on Brady? They can't get past these backup linemen. Brady might not get it done tonight, man. The bad news is his left tackle's out. Wow, left tackle's playing so good, man. He looks like an all-pro out there. Because it's a script. All of this is a mockery. It's a major mockery, and they just love getting away with it. Yeah, you guys, terrorists hit us today. We're calling it the new Pearl Harbor. They were kamikaze pilots. We're still looking for the planes. We're still looking for any of the passengers, luggage, black boxes. Can't find any of them. But the good news is we found all the paper passports. Here they are. These are the paper passports. They did survive. We know all 19 hijackers. Yeah, they're right here. Let me read their names to you. And if you pay attention next week, the BBC is actually going to go to their house and show you they're still living. But you're not really paying attention, are you? Did you also see the BBC announce that Building 7 fell 30 minutes before it fell? So, yeah, here's Jimmy Fallon last night. Yeah, online weirdo conspiracy theorists think there's something about this 19 in a picture. Like what? Like you can rig a football game? I mean, Jesus. Here, Jimmy Fallon, born on the 19th. And it's probably not actually he's born in 74 either. I mean, they call Messi the Messiah, right? Messiah 74. Remember when he had the scoring record there on Maradona anniversary? It was a 74 date numerology. Jesus, cross, Messiah, gospel, parables, all this stuff. Jesus from Judea, Jewish, occult, Masonic, on and on and on. He's probably broadcasting from the 74th Meridian in New York, too. But yeah, born on the 19th, exactly 43 weeks after his birthday. The ritual. So notice it's also a span of 65 days to his upcoming birthday. 43 weeks from his last, a span of 65 days to his upcoming goat. It's all about the goat. Again, Capricorn, the goat, ends on the 19th day of the year. 43-65. The last time these teams met, the score was 1-6. Again, Spain just advanced 2-0. 20 days after Messi's birthday. The next day, Argentina wins 2-1. 21 days after Messi's birthday for a repeat of the hand of God goal score. Messi, 65 like GOAT. 20, been a lot of 20 rituals with Messi. Again, where he set the record. They won 2-0 2 days before his birthday to become 2-0 in the tournament. Yesterday, the day that all these rituals went down, the phone, Jimmy Fallon, ESPN saying he's the greatest athlete ever. The greatest athlete the world has ever seen. A guy who had to get injections to be taller than 5 feet. Again, I know you can be short and be a good athlete. I used to know a Samoan kid who he was a 7th grader and he couldn't have been much taller than 5 feet. We were about the same height. And I was short in 7th grade too. He could dunk. He was a real talent. He ended up being a running back at BYU, but he had a drug problem, so he didn't last there very long. But just freakish I try to call him the last of the Mohicans. Freakish Samoan athlete could dunk a basketball on a 10-foot hoop, and in 7th grade, but just standing probably 5'1". Just so, listen, for all you short people out there, I realize you can be great athletes, but come on, the greatest ever. I'd almost wager that the kid I'm talking about is a superior athlete to Messi. Super strong, and I doubt Messi can dunk a basketball. And I'm talking about a kid who could do it as a 7th grader. So anyway, yeah, by the way, Messi's 34th World Cup game is going to be the championship. So again, you think these 4-base ciphers are some joke? Again, all these things were done on 70 date numerology, July 17, 2026, 7 plus 17 plus 20 plus 26, 70, right before Messi's 34th World Cup game in the championship, after Spain just advanced 20 days after his birthday, winning 2-0. And then again, just Jimmy Fallon doing this 43 weeks after his last birthday, span 65 days from his upcoming birthday. So, yeah, Jimmy Fallon broke down the 19s, but he left a lot out, and I'm guessing there's even more out there. So, yeah, I mean, again, you just pay attention to pro sports. It's like this all the time. There's rituals like this every day. Every day they're doing stuff like this. I'm sure they are using computers and, you know, what we now call AI and all kinds of things to line up these scripts, but they're doing it, and they've been doing it. We've been exposing it every day. Again, you guys, it's almost August. In August, it's going to be 13 straight years of me exposing this stuff every day. Every day. And what's been the response? Delete my channel 20 sometimes, shadow ban us, no one can find us, mock us with Hollywood movies. What's the movie they put out last summer? Can't even think of it right now. The trailer for the movie was my whole super long quote about Cooties 19. First 10 minutes of the film. And again, shout out to Ralph, the same guy who did this video. Ralph went through the script of that movie. Can't even think what it's called right now. Eddington. Ralph went through the script of that movie. There's a lot of things in the script that they cut out from the movie. There's about 10 quotes straight from my book in the script for the movie. They left one totally intact, and then there's a few other things you can say, like, okay, you see where they were going with that, but they changed a few things because it might have made people's eyes pop open. You can't do that. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen Eddington, a big long thing about Gematria and the Cooties 19 and the Jesuits, straight from yours truly. Hollywood's watching, and we know they are. I mean, USA Today wrote their article about me January of 2016. Vice News and Sports Illustrated took a shot at me the next year in 2017. Granted, the Sports Illustrated article, which came out the same day as the Vice News one, which was the exact same article pretty much, the one thing Sports Illustrated didn't do was put my name. They said some YouTuber, but it was very obvious who they were talking about. And the thing was, I might have really changed the script for that World Series. We had it almost dead on. I predicted that the exact World Series teams and outcomes winners, but I said it was going to end in Game 6 with Verlander on the mound 213 days from his birthday because he chose to go to Houston instead of L.A., the 2-1-3. Man, Verlander was on the mound for Game 6, 213 days from his birthday, and they didn't win, though, that day. That was the thing. So Sports Illustrated wrote an article going, oh, this YouTuber thought it was all going to end then, but it didn't. It ended the next day. It's like, okay. I to this day, I think that was the original script. They had to go with Plan B. So, or it might have been 213 days from Verlander signing with Houston. It was something like that. And don't forget, that was the last time anybody saw Papa Bush. He was out on the field with Verlander after the game, and we never saw him in the public again. And don't forget who told you he wasn't going to live past November 30th. Don't forget who told you that. The day McCain died, I put out a video. I said he's not going to live past November 30th, Papa Bush. He's going to be gone with McCain, these supposed politicians that were plane crash victims in the war. I'm sure that was all just BS too. I don't believe a word of any of that crap from all these frauds and liars on the mainstream stage. But yeah, anyway, this 19 thing, it's bigger than just a rig. It's paying tribute to history and 9/11 and what this moment we built up to, where most people have been asleep at the switch, only caring about entertainment and rig sports, not realizing it is rigged, just like the news. Just like the planned agendas we're living out that are causing more and more consequences in our life by the day. All these wars, all this government spending creates all this inflation that makes life more and more expensive and harder for us, you know? People right now are crying about how expensive things are and not understanding what's going on. Well, the reason you don't know what's going on is because you haven't been paying attention. You've been more into this kind of crap. Stuff that has no meaning to anyone. What some men on the field who aren't you do on a field, that means something to you? Do any of you guys realize, why do you care so much about your nation? You don't choose what nation you're born into. You're born there. We need to go do some deeper research on when all this nation stuff started. And the New World Order, all these nations are for, is just to keep the people divided. All the people that rule in these nations, they all party together, make war together, but they don't fight. They just send out their peasants or their citizens or their people to go do it. Makes them richer and richer, gives them more control over humanity. They're not really in the nation thing. They're just into the rich ruling elite class thing. Nations are for the sheep. Yeah, I'm from Argentina. We're going to win again. Woo! Anyway, yeah, I think I hit most of the main points here. I think we hit most of the main points. And if you missed the airtime I'm doing, I mean, there's a lot more going on. Make sure people didn't miss the Order of the Bath thing. Do you guys know about the Order of the Bath? A special Masonic order that was created in New Jersey, where tomorrow's championship is. The Order of the Bath. You can't make this stuff up. It was created June 21st, 1921 in New Jersey. The Order of the Bath, 105 years ago. A Masonic order. Modern Freemasonry, Jesuit creation. Masonry 105. Masonic Order of the Bath. It's legit title. Masonic Order of the Bath, 114. It also ties in with this ritual of 114 days after the cancellation. They call themselves the Wahoo Band as well. Wahoo Band equals football. And there's that 43 again. And don't forget, when Messi came back versus Egypt in Atlanta and Brady said it was better than his comeback, Messi scored the tying goal at the 83rd minute. Football 83, like Brady's born on 8-3. Here's the GOAT getting manhandled by guys who are also all about 5 feet tall. If you guys have not seen this, you should look this up. Messi getting humiliated. They're just grabbing his ass, his crotch. It's just like, look at this. And don't forget, in 2022, they put out the image of him separate from his team. They said he was staying by himself, but if you look carefully at the image, he's at the door with the door open, and in the background, you can see hairy legs. Another man is in his bed. Like, oh, I thought he was staying by himself in there. Unless that was some real-life blow-up man doll, and I don't know, that'd be even weirder, but anyway. Do we really have over 4,000 people watching right now? Is this real? We haven't had this many people watching since for a minute. It says we got over 4,000 people watching. That's how it should be all day, every day. Actually, we should have a lot more than that. Let me drop the link if that's true. Who thinks Messi's the GOAT? Call in and tell me the World Cup's not rigged and Messi's the GOAT. And by the way, if you guys are new here and you think I got that same syndrome, Muhammad Ali, because it looks like I'm shaking, it's because when I'm here, I'm on the exercise bike. We're biking and burning calories. All right, hold on. DK's got a message for the people listening. What's up, DK?
Hey, Zach, what's going on? I got a few good ones for you. While I'm talking, pull up the Illuminati card game World Cup victory card.
All right, hold on. I got to put the phone down while I do it.
Should I try to get in on StreamYard? I'll have to go from my other device probably.
Yeah, here, I'm going to drop the link right now. Just do that so I can have a free hand.
Hold on, let me see what's going on here.
Here, I'm dropping the link for anybody who wants to get in. And I'm looking up this Illuminati card game World Cup card because I never heard of it. Illuminati card. I've heard of the Illuminati card game, but not the World Cup card.
So if you look at the guys on the players, they're wearing the Argentina uniform and the Spain uniform.
It does look a lot like Argentina and Spain. Wow, perfect with seemingly the World War ritual in the background.
You got the gay skit. That was one of the things I was gonna say, where they're just like butt pirates screwing around, feeling each other up. And if you see some of this stuff, if you look further into that, you'll see like these Argentine players from the last World Cup, from the World Cup before that.
Hold up. Look at what the card says, you guys. It says the card features text allowing the player to get +10 power. Who wears number 10? Is that Messi? And by the way, look up what day Argentina's birthday is, because modern Argentina's birthday is July 9th. The championship is tomorrow, July 19th, 10 days after Argentina's birthday. If you add 1 through 10 together, it equals 55. Again, Argentina equals 55. Barcelona equals 55. 55 is the 10th triangular and the 10th Fibonacci number. Brady keeps comparing this to his GOAT run in Super Bowl 55, which involved Mahomes, who's been going to the games because Argentina's home field has been Kansas City for this World Cup. Go ahead.
I'm backstage now.
Oh, I see you. All right, what's up, DK?
You hear me?
You there? DK?
Shit, my bandwidth.
DK's on that 1995. Actually, I was going to say that 1995 phone connection. That's actually when phone connections were good because we were on landlines. Now we pay. Back then, the phone bill was $5 a month. Now it's more like $150, and half the time we can't even hear each other. Granted, our phones weren't supercomputers in our hand, but
can you hear
there,
me right
DK?
Now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
Cool. So pull up. There was an ad they posted when Messi played his 666th game for Barcelona.
Okay.
Pull
Messi's 666th game with Barcelona advertisement. That's what you said to pull up?
And that happened on 2/2/19, February 2nd, 2019.
Is it Impossible Is Nothing remix? Is that it?
It's got 666 in red big letters, and then Messi's like superimposed in the background, and one of his legs is coming through one of the circles in the six.
I see. It's funny because this year's first World Cup game was a huge 666 ritual with Mexico. And if I remember right, they got their 18th win, like 6 + 6 + 6 is 18. And again, in 1986, when Argentina won that. Remember, in the last World Cup, Argentina won their first one since 86, one day after the Pope's 86th birthday, over France. Pope Francis. France fell to 2-2 in championships in 2022 in the 22nd World Cup. But yeah, okay, I didn't know about this. Yeah, just another paying tribute to 666. It's like, you guys, it's like when Kobe dropped 81 in his 666th game.
Exactly.
Mark of the Beast, 81. Notice the 54 too. Kobe Bean Bryant, 54, 81. Okay.
And then all this 19 stuff. Have you looked into the 19th degree of Freemasonry?
That's a good one. What is it?
Look it up, what it says about it.
19th degree of Freemasonry. The 19th degree of Freemasonry, known as the Grand Pontiff, is a philosophical degree conferred by the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite. It explores the triumph of reason over intolerance and teaches that this life is a bridge to eternal life, encouraging Masons to work toward improving the world. I'm guessing there was something else about this 19th degree that you wanted to share.
Yeah, it's something having to do with like changing over spiritually into a different, like, you know, kind of like mindset or vibration or whatever. So, which could mean like turning evil or.
Well, how about this? Well, take a look at the symbol for this thing. There's a 4-3 in there. Interesting. I got to look more into what that symbol's about, but another 4-3. Argentina goes in 3-3 in championships. You know, Brady did Super Bowl 55 at 43 in Florida, which used to be a Spanish territory. Didn't they just have a 3-point? Well, didn't they say something like they did have some weapon experiment and they had a 3.9 quake in Florida was that for 39-year-old Messi with 39 seconds apart earthquakes in Venezuela on his birthday? I mean, what's going on here? And by the way, that's what I told you guys a year ago. I said, come on, you guys. Messi scored 2 goals a year to the day of the championship in New York, 39 land. I said, and he can play in the World Cup championship at age 39. And don't forget, Mike Brown just became the 39th coach to win the NBA Finals. And if you guys think these numbers are a joke, you're obviously new here. We called the Knicks to score 111 in Game 3, first game in the Garden this year. Notice the Spurs, when they advanced to face the Knicks in the finals, they dropped 111. September 11th leaves 111 days left near. Don't forget, we had the Mets at 40-1 odds in the 111th World Series to win the NL pennant. And then in that World Series, well, the New York only won one game, 3-9. The 111th World Series ended on November 1st after Matt Harvey's 111th pitch. The Royals won when the Queen was alive, born on the 111th day of the year. Again, you guys learn the script and see through the mockery. I'm talking all these sports, all of them. All right, would you spend $13,000 on one of the 19 Messi Galaxy Fold 8 Ultras that came out in 2019?
And then the funny thing is, they got like Cristiano Ronaldo on the back. It's not even Messi on. So what the hell is that? Did you see that?
Maybe they got a Ronaldo version too.
Oh, I thought maybe it was 19 different ones and only one was Messi, but not the way the caption is. It makes it sound like they're all Messi phones, you know.
By the way, you guys, another great day on the Patreon. By the way, shout out, sorry to everybody on my $11 tier. There was some glitch today. If you're on the $11 tier, the content didn't go out. That's never happened before. It was a bad day to miss out. But about scripted sports, you guys, today's the 199th day of the year. Tom Brady, 199th pick of the draft. Tom Brady, number 12. The Boston Red Sox today got their 12th straight win. 12 straight win. Remember, 199 is the 46 prime, like you had the 4-6 score in the World Cup. But Michigan, where Brady came out of 46, Tom Brady, 46. Anyway, we love Boston today for 12 straight on the 199th day of the year. Scripts. And notice they're paying tribute to the GOAT, right? They're paying tribute to the GOAT right before the World Cup. Boston right here, 12 straight wins after winning today. And let me see what their score was. Let me see. Where's Boston at? Oh, come on, man. 7-6. 7-6, you guys. I told you. And he's playing Tampa, right? Just like how he went from 6 championships to 7, going from Boston to Tampa. Come on. Oh, my God. You guys remember he went down to Tampa and every single Tampa team went to a championship? What a joke. Okay.
You want another funny one?
Yeah, keep them coming.
Check out the ad for the halftime show. Speaking of babies and gay stuff, check out that ad.
The halftime show for this World Cup, you mean with Justin Bieber, who's been diddled?
Yeah, did you see the ad?
The ad for Justin Bieber?
The ad for the halftime show of Justin Bieber.
World Cup halftime show advertisement, Justin Bieber. Let me see. Can you see?
He's got a baby. He's got a baby upside down over his head, spreading its legs.
Really? Oh,
there it is.
This one you're talking about right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, how weird is that? What's that about?
What in the world? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and again, he came into show business as a young one, and there's all kinds of rumors about that. Yeah, what's up with that?
Are you familiar with all the initiations using goats in masonry?
Well, that's part of how I found that Masonic Order of the Bath, because they use a goat for their symbol too.
I can send you over like an email with like 5 or 10 pictures of all this stuff like that's drawn probably over 100 years ago in these Masonic books on, you know, all these rituals they're doing. They got like guys in bathtubs with
the Masonic meeting behind Coolidge's riding the goat. Got a dog on a goat. A dog. The dog has that same gematria as God, all this hand to God stuff.
Also, a lot of bathtub stuff regarding masonry and their rituals. I was thinking maybe the order of the bath is really the order of the bathtub because they give each other baths all the time, which is kind of how Messi is giving the kid a bath, you know? But
yeah, and again, just we're at the end of Cancer, which is a water sign, and you know it's ruled by the moon, and the moon has the 19-year cycle. So there's a lot to it. You know, Lil Wayne has that 6 foot, 7 foot song where he gets dunked in the bathtub, and gematria water equals 67. Could be symbolic someday when Lil Wayne, sadly, a lot of these guys don't get to live that long. When his obituary hits someday, yeah, that could be part of it. The the predictive programming in that music video.
And you have all these fake deaths in the bathtubs. And I mean, how many different, you know, these celebrities on their album covers and stuff are in bathtubs? Rihanna, Katy Perry, Machine Gun Kelly, Bieber. You know what I mean? Like, well, you know, either they're in bathtubs because they're, you know, what do you call those people that work with babies? or, you know, they got their hands over their, all the eye tattoos. Messi's got the eye tattoo on his bicep.
He does have the eye on his arm. Yeah.
Like either they're optometrists, they're all optometrists or something, right? Or they're all goat herders or something, you know?
Yeah.
Also,
it would be interesting. It would be interesting to know that everything that goes on behind the scenes for these guys to get on the stage and to get this. I mean, this to be called the greatest athlete of all time and just total mockery of humanity. What all did this guy have to do behind the scenes to get this headline? They've shown you this stuff just in person. You've seen this. I'm getting manhandled by a bunch of guys who are also about 5 feet tall. What goes on behind the scenes?
Better yet, what did he do behind the scenes? What was done to him behind the scenes when he was a kid? You know what I mean?
Very true. Very true. Exactly. This thing that he's doing to Yamal here, where it looks like his hands in his crotch as a baby, I'm sure that there was once upon a time a very similar thing going on with somebody doing that to Lil Messi.
Yep. The next one I got for you is they're advertising how much AI is in this new ball for this World Cup. Do you see that ad where the guy unscrews the top of the ball and then they show the ball on a basketball court and the guy's remote controlling it, like rolling everywhere on the court where he wants?
That's been a common question when I'm saying it. People are saying, well, how do you ensure a ball hits the post and doesn't go in like it happens sometimes so close? It could be technology, you guys.
Well, that one would be the same as the goalpost on the football. That's the easiest way to do it than within.
Exactly. I'll be back in 1 second. I got to answer the door. Go ahead. Filibuster for me.
All right. I'll just start talking about the next topic. So Argentina was a big benefit from the slaves being brought over to develop South America. Brazil got the most blacks from Africa. But there was a lot in Argentina, and just back like 100 years ago, maybe not even, or maybe a little more than 100 years ago, the census, like Argentina was half black, including Buenos Aires, their capital. And there's a lot of publicity that Argentina players and their fans get for being racist. Like plenty of times, their fans will do monkey calls in the stands. Because like when they were playing France, they're like making fun of like how France can't put French guys out there. They have to get like African slaves to play for them because French people aren't athletic enough to compete at that level. Well, neither are the Argentinians, as we can all see. So anyhow, there was another clip that surfaced where one of the players was on the bus. And he was talking about, you know, some racist stuff about blacks and this and that. And so the Argentine fans have kind of gotten throughout this World Cup, have gotten that label placed on them that they're like racist and stuff like that. And Argentina got its name actually from Argentum, which means silver. So when they originally came to exploit Argentina, they said that there was a lot of silver around the river there. I think it was called Rio de Plata or something like that before they named it Argentina. So Argentina literally means silver. I'm not saying they're going to get the silver medal here, but.
Well, they can't get the silver there. Or I guess they could. That's second. I guess they could get silver.
They lost. They would just get silver.
Well, you know, that book that came out, The World's Game, it did come out 47 days before this championship, but it does show Argentina and Spain playing each other, and silver is the 47th element. DK, I just realized how late it's already getting. There's a bunch of people in the back. Is there anything you want to close out with?
No, that's it. One thing I was going to say, back to the Illuminati card game picture, did you see that there's one Spanish player uniform and two Argentine player uniforms, and the one guy totally looks like Messi in the background, and then one guy in the foreground which has like bleached blonde hair, similar to how Lamine Yamal has his hair sometimes, even though, and it looks like he's heading the ball, not Messi but the other guy. I don't know if that, I got to look at what their team looks like, which guy that looks like, to see is he's going to score a header. That may be a good prop bet.
Yeah, we'll be talking about it tomorrow morning on Patreon. All right, keep it up, DK. Appreciate it.
All right, Zach. Talk soon. Bye.
All right, take care. All right, yeah, we do all the intel before the games every day on Patreon. Just search Patreon, Zachary K. Hubbard. You'll find me. We stream 24/7, 365. We don't take days off. What's up, Life is a Dream?
Yeah, hi, Zach. I noticed some things. I was looking deeper into that, the bathing picture. And I noticed a lot of times with pictures, they code like hidden messages in these pictures. And if you look at the picture, there's a rubber duck right in the front and center.
Correct.
And if you look up the gematria of rubber duck, it matches Messi, 165 and 66.
Okay, yeah, and there's a rainbow on that rubber duck too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's got some Masonic numbers up there too. 105, just like Masonry, just like how the Order of the Bath was created in New Jersey, where the championship is 105 years earlier. Look at that.
That's what I was thinking, and the only other number is 42. So I'm thinking maybe that's
Freemason 42. That's the war number, right? 165 is big with the Scottish, right? They come in with 6 wins against each other apiece. They both got 6 wins. Argentina and Spain, 6 wins, 2 draws, 6 wins for each team.
I'm thinking maybe that 4-2 might be a final score.
Hey, if they're paying tribute to the war and what's to come, that's definitely a possible score. Again, remember, if Argentina scores 4 goals, they got 23. It's the 23rd World Cup. Spain's 23. Brady equals 23. All these comparisons to Brady. If they win, the 4 can play either way for Argentina. They can get their 4th World Cup win or their 4th loss. But yeah, four's a possibility.
Yeah, I just like it because I know a lot of people are saying there was this tweet about 3-2, and I'm definitely going to, I mean, the odds are great for both. I'm definitely going to cover 4-2 and 3-2, but I'm thinking the 4-2 would pay even more, and I mean, the rubber duck is like right in front. And then also, if you just run Bath, it kind of matches Spain's numbers, and 31-23. And 77, which could mean Argentina gets
23 for the 23rd World Cup. Spain,
right? That I mean, that's the only thing I'm a little worried. And baby shampoo equals 54, and I don't want to be stuck on that. But I think the rubber duck is the main clue because that's the one that's put front and center. Yeah. So I'm taking a shot with 3-2 and 4-2. And I'm with you with Argentina. I know I was fooled by that England-France thing, but I still think that was all legit. They just did it for third because they had they had it set up with the photo and everything with this, but they still played like the America tribute with third, and that's why England killed them. I mean, I mean that was obvious with all the 33 and everything, and because England basically beat France, like that's why we speak English, And then one other thing, somebody mentioned in the chat, there was an actress, her name is Brenda Fricker. She won an Academy Award for her role in the 1989 film My Left Foot. So I was thinking, look that up. I didn't get to look up like her birthday.
By the way, that's a good point. Gary, who's a military guy, ducks are a big part of military history. That was the military vehicle that could go on land and water, and a lot of cities have those duck tours. You ride the old military vehicle and you go on the water in the town and you go through the streets. A lot of tours use those duck tours. That is a good point. Again, they canceled Argentina-Spain March 20. By the way, you guys know the day they canceled Argentina-Spain? That was the day that patient 0 contracted hantavirus. His name was Leo. He was born in 55, like the Pope. Again, if you guys were not following my hantavirus work, I told you guys all then. I said we were already on Spain, Argentina. I said, man, look at this, you guys. A cruise ship that's going from Argentina to Spain that's owned by the Netherlands when Argentina won their first championship over the Netherlands and Spain won their only championship over the Netherlands. And Argentina beat Netherlands in 78, the same year that hantavirus was coined. And then patient 0 just had to be Leo in the time of Leo, in the time of Leo Messi. And look at it. I mean, both Leos born in 55. Argentina, if they do win,
Yeah.
their 55th win in the World Cup.
I think you nailed it, Zach. I'm sorry I doubted you, but once I saw France lost, I was all over Argentina and the 2-1 score, and now I'm definitely gonna the main bet is just gonna be Argentina to win, but I like 4-2 and 3-2 maybe as
We'll talk more about all those things tomorrow on Patreon. This is the
right. I know you don't want to give out too much, but just maybe look up this Brenda Fricker. My Left Foot actress died. Brenda Fricker from My Left Foot. So that makes me think of Messi, My Left Foot. Because, he's a lefty, and,
Yeah, it does. It reminds me of one of the Brady Bunch actresses died right before Brady won a Super Bowl. It just reminds me of the same type of stuff.
Yeah, I know you don't want to give too much away. I understand. So I'll check the Patreon tomorrow and see maybe there's some connections with that. I mean, I think we got it nailed with Argentina, but maybe just to try to nail that score. I'm liking this 4-2 because I think that tweet went viral.
Right, Jim, like I said, we'll cover this stuff more tomorrow, man. Appreciate it. What's up, Mike Jones? Don't forget to unmute.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, what's up?
I had a question. What do you think about this idea as far as the scoring for the final game about, let's say, both teams to score, versus like a shutout? Do you think
here's the one threat? Again, it's 133 days before the Barcelona football team's birthday, right? Did you hear everything I said at the beginning of the stream?
Yes.
It's 133 days, which is also 19 weeks, and that's a big football number. And Spain right now has 13 goals for, 1 against, right? 13 for, 1 against. So if it did end up being 2-0 in the second meeting in the World Cup of Argentina and Spain, and tribute to another Messi 20 thing, as Messi could win his second straight World Cup, that would also make Argentina have 21 goals for and 7 against, which goes with the whole hand of God theme, which has been another massive theme. And I think that's part of the reason today's score was 4-6. So, it could just be that's just part of the maybe it's possible they're up 2-0 and that's not the final score, but that would be the threat to both teams scoring is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
You follow what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. And then I guess one more thing I'd like to ask you. Do you think that I know Madonna's going to be there, and in 96 she had the Don't Cry For Me Argentina song released. I wanted to see if there was any connection there.
No, I love it. I got to look it up in real time. Oh, no, that came out on December 16th, huh? Damn, that's not... Don't forget, you guys, the Seahawks, who went on to win the Super Bowl in the 1916 ritual, which are big numbers. Don't forget, the first game of Week 16 was Thursday Night Football. The Seahawks came back from down 16 for the first time in their franchise history to beat the Rams, who they ended up beating in the NFC Championship. And that same night, Biffle, number 16 from NASCAR, died. What day was that game? That was December 18th. I just see Don't Cry For Me Argentina came out on the 16th of December in 96. So what's wild is from the anniversary of that to the World Cup tomorrow is 215 days. That's sort of like FIFA's birthday, which is the 21st day of the 5th month. I got to think about it more. There probably is something going on with that. Don't Cry For Me Argentina from the film Evita.
Mm-hmm. But that's all. Thanks again for having me. You have a good one.
All right, man. Appreciate it. And let me just check Madonna's birthday, too. That came out December 14th. Wow. So, okay, you guys. The film came out on the day leaving 17 days left in the year. The World Cup's on the 200th day of the year tomorrow, so 200 plus 17, that's pretty easy. 217. I was just talking about this, The Hand of God, 217. So that song is from the film Evita, which Madonna's in. Pretty wild. Okay. I might have to go watch Evita tonight. Appreciate it, Mike Jones. We got TB Bets. What's up, TB Bets?
Hey, what's going on, Zach?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm calling out the Kansas City area, and I just want to show people how the news and sports be so, synced together. Can you please search an article for me if you could type in human trafficking arrests during World Cup in Kansas City?
And remember, this is where Argentina was out of human trafficking arrests, Kansas
Watch
City World Cup.
The number is just like, okay.
Is this the missing children recovered in Clay County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 19 arrests, you guys. They arrested 19.
9 missing children found. It's like, so it's more arrests than children found. Okay.
But they had to get another 19 in there. And the thing about Kansas City, you guys, is they remember Kansas City was the first team to go back-to-back in 19 years. And don't forget, that was in Super Bowl 58 on the Vatican's birthday, but that was the 54th Super Bowl of the modern era. Joe Montana wore number 19 for the Chiefs, 16 for the Niners. Super Bowl 54, the Chiefs beat the Niners in the 2019 season. And now, again, first team to go back. And don't forget, that game went to overtime, 19-19, you guys. So Mahomes has been going to the Argentina games. That's another 19. And the thing about Kansas City is it equals 67, kind of like the GOAT symbol, right? It's a 6 and a 7, but 67 is the 19th prime number. So yeah, I see what they did there. I see what they did there. I knew somebody else would find more 19s. I bet you there's at least 19 more 19s out there that we haven't found yet. I bet there's at least 19 more.
Yeah, but I try to save most for the Patreon. Again in the morning.
Do you think there were really 19 arrests made? Do you even believe that?
Nah.
Exactly. This is what I'm talking about.
And especially, like I said, with the missing children.
Look at what day it was published. It was published the day the World Cup was set, July 15th. That was the day the matchup was set, which was 2 years to the day of Adidas' ad of GOAT versus Baby GOAT, or the kid, whatever they called him.
It just so happened to be an operation during the World Cup about human trafficking. Like, okay.
And again, Argentina's home field was Kansas City. It just happened to break the day that Argentina got set to face Spain. The FBI. Doesn't the FBI have a 19 connection? The FBI made the bus, you guys. FBI 19. Guys, this is what we pay our tax money to. We're paying our tax money to these agencies that do this. Just make shit up. And if you're out there, well, why would they do that? Why would they make shit up? As a justification to keep paying them a lot of money? Oh, man, what would you have done without the FBI? Look, they got 19 sickos, you guys. They arrested 19 sickos. Let's send them some more money.
Now, I see that it's 64 reverse, which I see like the
you already know, right?
missing
Kansas
children.
Chiefs, FIFA World Cup. Yeah.
I was going to say the 19 arrests with the 9 missing children. That's the 46 prime, 64, 46.
Exactly. Like today's the 199th day of the year. We were just talking about that earlier. Yeah, it's all there, man. Okay. You're the first person to add another 19 to the board. Unbelievable.
Check in the morning with you, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Appreciate it. All day. You guys, 13 straight years of exposing this. In every broadcast, there should be millions of people watching. Everybody should be up on it. We got to know the latest. We got to end this sick game. Said you guys are watching all these whack paid-for agents giving you all this misinformation. It's the small hats. No, it isn't. Are you on the small hats calendar? Nope. Are they syncing up World Cups with Netanyahu? Nope. Nope. Are they syncing up with the Pope? Yeah. The Superior General? Yeah. Are they blowing up countries sync with the Superior General and the Pope? Yeah. Like Lil Jon over here. Poor Lil Jon. Remember what they did to his son last year right before the Super Bowl? After Usher performed a year earlier? Oh, my God. Don't even get me started. Lil Jon's son in the lake. They couldn't find him, but he was right out back behind the house in the lake. What's up, Dr. J?
What's going on, Zach? So I did hear you mention that children's book that came out, so you were aware of that, the World's Games?
Oh, yeah, we covered that. Yeah, that was yesterday's stream.
So did you know that book came out on June 2nd? Like 6/2, like 6. Okay, you covered that.
Yesterday's stream.
Okay, yeah, I missed that.
47 days before the championship?
Yeah.
What is 47? That's my license plate in the background. A lot of rituals around 47 too. 47 days prior. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I really wanted to touch on is so I brought up Pope Francis a couple times with how tomorrow's gonna be 89 days from his death anniversary, like Argentina 89, virus 89. But it reminded me, another like number with 89 is chaos. And
And
chaos also
19
right,
and
and
89.
that's where I'm going with 19 and chaos 19. And obviously thinking about COVID-19, and I actually found something interesting.
But we talked about this. We talked about this with the Hannah virus thing because virus
Yeah.
has that 89 connection too.
And the 46.
Spain's
too.
coming in with 37 wins.
But I just want to confirm something. So the first COVID patient, they confirmed the first case in the US on January 20th of 2020, right?
Well, all that seems to be some kind of revisionist history because, I mean, we tracked it all live. It was really the night of January 21st that they confirmed it, and they said the case arrived January 15th.
Oh, because I was looking
I
at
do know that Wikipedia says January 20th now, but it's like, okay, we were alive then tracking it every day. It wasn't January 20th. We know why they did that. That's the 201st day of the nation's age going with event 201, but
okay, because I wasn't around.
It definitely was January 21st. I mean, we were on it every single day.
Okay, then. Well, I was just gonna say because I wasn't in the community back then, but I've seen the CDC's website said January 20th. But if you want to double 19, I thought it was interesting that from January 20th, 2020 until the day Pope Francis died is a span of 19 days.
And don't forget, the coach of France, he lost his brother when he was 19 years old in Flight 19. You know that, don't you?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, the French coach for another 19 on this World Cup. Again, look it up. France's coach, when he was 19 years old, his brother died on Flight 1919.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know. Also, I believe.
Give me the 1919 you just said again.
It was, well, I guess it wasn't January 20th, 2020, but when I only got this from the CDC's website where they said the first COVID patient was January 2020, January 20th, 2020. Well, from that day to the day Pope Francis died is a span of 19 days.
It's crazy because all the news broke January 21st, but I do see that everybody does report January 20th now. And we've talked about that in the past, why they made that change. But
yeah.
It just goes to show how they'll edit history to make it all numerically fit. Yeah, here you guys. We covered this. I don't know. This is another thing we covered a while back because 19 is just this massive, all-important number. His brother died the year that Messi was born. In 87. This happened in 87, the same year Messi was born. So his brother dies on flight 1919 on the winter solstice, which is always a day of high ritual sacrifice, which is also in the period of Saturnalia, which has a lot to do with sacrifice. That's funny. It would have been 4 days after Pope Francis's 44th birthday. Now that I think about it too, 4 days after his 44th birthday. But yeah, flight 1919. And he was 19 years old at the time. And look at that. It was 67 days after his birthday. The blood sacrifice, human sacrifice number, but also the 19th prime. Come on, you guys. Francis Coach's brother died on flight 1919 when he was 19 and the year Messi was born with all this 19 stuff going on. Spain went through France. Messi went through France last time.
Yeah, and one of the stars, or I'm not sure if he's necessarily a star, but he scored the game winner against Switzerland. The dude who scored in the 112th minute, Julian Alvarez. He wears number 19 for his club.
Huh. Okay.
So yeah, because he was born on. I just looked it up. He was born on the 31st day of the year, and tomorrow's gonna be his 59th international game, like Spain 59 and 31.
What's his name one more time?
Julian Alvarez. I looked it up. He plays for Atletico Madrid, and it says that, and he's actually in the news today because they were talking about he might get like transferred. I don't know how that soccer works, international, the whole transfer stuff. I don't get it, but yeah, but it said that he wears number 19 for his
Argentina.
club. Yeah, but his club team is Atletico Madrid, and that's who he wears number 19.
Yeah, he wears 19 for his Spain team. I got it.
Yeah,
yeah. On 131, the championship number, 26 years old. Again, the championship's 131 days after the game that they say made Messi a star, his first hat trick.
Yeah.
Spain goes in 13 goals for, 1 against, just scripts on scripts here.
Yeah, and I wonder something too, just talking about championships, the last 2 Dodgers World Series have been synced up with Jackie Robinson, who was born on January 31st, 1919.
True.
There's more to that.
Yeah. The
But yeah, that's all I want to add tonight, Zach. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Julius.
Yeah.
All right, Nolan, Jay, and then we got a sermon from Marco. What's up, Nolan?
Hello, Judge. How are you, brother?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You popped up in my algorithms a few weeks ago, and when watching your channel, I'm really intrigued. Actually, very excited. So I'm actually thankful and grateful for actually coming up to your channel and watch your videos, because I actually came to know a lot about numerology and gematria. So thank you for that, first of all.
You're welcome.
So I actually want to ask you a few questions. I want to mention something in regards to Spain versus Argentina, which will happen tomorrow. So you notice that? Have you noticed the flag of Spain and Argentina? They're mirroring, right? It's red versus blue, and even not just the colors, but the whole geometry and structure, like the pillars of masonry, right? The Yakin and Boyas. You notice it, right? So I believe that Spain definitely might win. It might be a ritual, a completely Freemasonic ritual for Spain to win. It's obviously it's rigged, but again,
here's Spain's narrative to win: 16. Again, the 2 football championships, what we call football in the U.S., were won by Indiana, who went 16-0, and the Seahawks, who won the Super Bowl by 16. Again, 26 is the 16th composite. Spain won their last championship 16 years ago. And there is a chance that Argentina could fall to 3-4 in championships in Messi's 34th game when Messi equals 34. That's really Spain's narrative. But man, it's hard to go against that 55th win for Argentina. We'll see.
Okay. Actually, I want to mention something that actually this is something correlated and connected to something much more different. I want to ask you: have you researched about the Creator Earth theory? From God belongs to?
I have not.
There's a YouTuber called God Gamlamste. Unfortunately, his YouTube channel got terminated 2 years ago. He has shifted all of his videos to Rumble. I will type his name in the private chat. You can look him up. Actually, a lot of the things which you talked about is highly connected to about his research, about his works, and to the Creator Earth theory, because I believe Argentina represents the other duality aspect of this realm, of this world. I can even explain it here, but you have to watch some of his videos to actually know much deeper about him.
Drop the link, because your call's a little bit broken up. It's a little bit hard to hear, but drop the private link. I'll share it with other people if they want to check it out, and I'll check it out myself. I appreciate it.
Before the Jack, you can watch it later. I typed the name. I don't have the link currently, but you have to watch it.
Right. I'm searching for his name on BitChute. I got him up here. Or I wrote. You said Rumble. He's on BitChute, but you said Rumble.
Yes, he's currently on Rumble operating.
I got him right here. This is him.
Yeah. It's the guy. Yes, it's the person. It's exactly the dude.
Well, I'll check it out.
Before that, I still have a link. You can watch it. It's on YouTube. It's a different one. You can skip to the 7th minute part of this video. It's very interesting about the future of America on 2048.
The new Madrid fault line. Now that's very interesting. Okay.
Skip to the 7th minute part.
You said skip to what?
Number 7th minute.
The 7th minute. All right. I don't want to play it right now. Now, in case we get copyright, but I will check it out. I see it's the Grox. He's been around forever.
There are no copyrights here.
Okay, the Grox. I haven't heard his name in forever. All right, he's still out there. The Grox. Okay. I will check it out. I appreciate it.
Oh, Jack. When you stream again, I want to talk with you again later, because I know you don't have much time left, so I want to ask you.
All right, we'll connect again, Nolan. And next time, if there's anything you can do about your mic to just make it more clear, that would be great too, because it's just a little bit broken up and staticky.
Okay, just before I go, I want to mention something. It's quite funny because you actually look a lot like a rapper. I used to be a favorite rapper. His name is Rocker Ali. Do you know him? You can search in Google.
I do not.
Just type his name, Rocker Ali. You look
Drop
exactly
the link
like
for me in the private. Drop the link and I'll check it out.
Okay, I typed the name.
All right. I will check it out. I appreciate it, Nolan. We'll connect again. You have a good night.
Hey, thank you. Thank you,
All right,
brother.
take care.
Thank you. I appreciate everything you do, man.
You're welcome. Thanks for tuning in. All right. We got Jay. I'm going to let everybody get in before we get Marco, because we know Marco always has a long sermon. But Jay, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, so, one thing, the oldest church in Buenos Aires, Argentina, is named after Ignatius of Loyola.
Go figure. The founder of the Jesuits. Amazing.
But what I wanted to call in was about the movie Him. Came out exactly 10 months ago tomorrow, before
God,
the
you
two
know what I
goats
just
face off.
realized? Jimmy Fallon's birthday is the day Him came out.
Yeah, September 19th.
That's creepy too. That's creepy, you guys. That's creepy that if you have not seen the movie Him, just end this broadcast right now and go figure out how to watch Him. It's about the goat passing down the torch to the baby goat and how there's all this blood sacrifice involved. It's super messed up. And you'll notice in the movie, if you're paying attention, they put a big fat 201 on the screen right before all the killing starts. Like how tomorrow's game's in the 201 area code and FIFA has the 201 connection. And the last World Cup was all about 201. There's been a lot of 201 rituals in this one. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon's birthday's the day Him came out. Wow. And don't forget, they just killed that player from Gonzaga, Brandon Clark, who also has the birthday of the Him movie. R.I.P. He went to Jesuit Gonzaga.
But not just that. Right in the middle of the movie Him, there's a scene after they're done training together where the younger guy, he's sitting in a bathtub before he's injected with the blood of the goat.
Well, you know that movie came out on the Catholic Day to remember. I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see this. You know that the day that movie came out is the day that to remember the saint of blood. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Watch this. I'll show. If you guys have not seen Him, you have to see this. I'm going to show you because Jimmy Fallon's birthday is the day that movie came out. No wonder he got picked to do this ritual. All right, right here, Saint Januarius feast day. This is the saint of blood, the patron saint of blood. In Him, you learn that what players do is they inject the blood of the goats, the greatest of all time, to become the new goat. And you also sacrifice human beings.
But yeah,
and then he learns that in the beginning that
when they do that, though, he's sitting in a bathtub.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to watch Him again. I'm sorry. I'm sort of ruining the movie, but watch it anyway. There's just so many things to pick up. In the beginning game, the teams playing each other are the Masons and the Saviors. Again,
Atlanta Masons equals 201.
Right. He learns in the movie that his father was sacrificed when he was a child for his scripted planned career in the NFL. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon. It's funny they've had Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon make fun of yours truly now. Jimmy Kimmel what's up with Jimmy's on late night TV? Is that some kind of dick joke? They got everybody sucking the balls. But anyway, yeah, man, the patron saint of blood, Saint Januarius, his feast day is September 19th, the day Him came out. That's all about injecting the blood of the goats. And look at Saint Januarius in the Jesuit order. I mean, just look at it. Didn't they? Wait a minute. They had Jimmy Fallon do that ritual last night on 17/7. Is Jimmy Fallon Catholic?
I don't know.
Is he Catholic? He looks Catholic. Let me see. He's Catholic. Jimmy Fallon was raised a devout Catholic. Go figure. He just looks so Catholic to me, Jimmy Fallon. Okay. This is all making more sense by the second. Wow. Yeah, that's what they show you on the screen. The sonogram hit 201. They don't show it go past that, and then it gets real bloody in this movie. So...
Yeah, and right before that, he tells him that there can only be one goat in the league at a time. So, yeah, I think tomorrow, I think it's the undisputed GOAT. And then once Messi leaves the stage like Maradona did.
Hold on. We just said how this. Hold on. Jimmy, last night it was 43 weeks from Jimmy Fallon's birthday, like GOAT 43 to what he, wow, unbelievable. I'm so glad that you brought up him because then all of a sudden it just all dawned on me and then reminded me about the blood part. I forget so many things because there's so much to keep up with. Wow. I'm just mind blowing over here. Okay. Anything else? Did we lose him? They got him.
But Isaiah White in the movie, he wears number 10.
Does he wear 10? I'm gonna watch him again tonight. I just got to. I'm gonna have to drink more coffee. I'm ready to go to bed, but I got you guys. If you got time, watch him, man, because there is something up with this. The goat to the baby goat. Are there some major clues in this movie about tomorrow's outcome? Probably. It's a different football movie, right? It's American football, but
there's definitely something with the bathtub, though. I saw that bath equals 23, like the 23rd World Cup.
Like Spain, right? Like Brady. Again, Brady keeps comparing
speaking
himself
of Brady, Brady interviewed Messi yesterday about
on
the picture.
17-7. On 17-7.
They had this Fanatics Fest. Fanatics Fest equals 201. They had all the goats there.
Yeah. Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable levels of mockery. There's more and more to it. All right, Jay. Great work.
All right.
Take care, man. From Jay to Jason, then we get a sermon from Marco. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right. Hey, can you pull up a story? It was on July 16th in Hillsborough County, Florida. It was about 2 cops that got shot. The sheriff made a statement about it was the hand of God that saved them. And the dude well, hold on now. The dude that shot him was 34 years old. And if you type his name in, Christopher Dumchovsky or whatever, that equals 112 in the calculator, most pure.
Like World Cup, and we got Messi in his 34th game, and Messi 34.
Yeah, it happened in Florida. Wasn't
the
down
hand
in Miami.
of God was with our deputies.
Yeah.
Look at it, they're laughing in the photo. Oh, look at these guys, man. They plotted this one out at the Fraternal Order of Police. The one guy's his little what do you call that, hospital gown? That almost looks like damn Argentina colors. It's that yellow Lego block, that styrofoam block. Look at these people, man. You guys, we are just made a mockery of. And all the sleepwalking zombies, they're just eating this stuff up. What do you mean? You mean they made up that story? I mean, look at this guy with his shit-eating grin and his mustache. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The other guy there is like, I cannot believe that we're doing this.
Yeah, I guess he gets paid enough. He said, fuck it.
Years ago, it was a decade ago now, they had a mass shooting in my home state, Oregon, on the anniversary of RFK Jr. giving his gun control speech. A week or so. I think it was 10 days before the anniversary of if I remember right, RFK Jr. gave that speech a week or two before he supposedly got shot. Remember, you guys, Robert Kennedy equals 66, like Sirhan 6'6". But the thing was, I remember the victim supposedly got, I forget how many times they said he got shot, but he survived, but supposedly got shot a ton of times. They're interviewing him in his hospital bed. It's like the day after the shooting, he's moving around. I'm like, come on, man. This guy was shot to pieces. He's smiling and everything. I'm just like, who is believing this shit? Who is believing this stuff? What do you mean they're faking the news? Just look at it with your own eyes. You mean to think this guy's all full of bullets and he's just moving around like he's as healthy as ever, smiling, talking it up for the cameras? Please.
Well, man, to tell you how dumb people are, I live in Florida. So I point out the George Bush where all the Bushes were 43. And then people just look at me like I'm dumb and I'm just a conspiracy guy. And I'm like, how is that a coincidence? And I don't know. They can never explain it. But all right, man, that's all I got for today. Thank you.
Great call as always, Jason. Appreciate it, man.
Right, yep.
Open Up says, have we talked about Revelation 5:5? Well, let's do that before we go to Marco to set the tone here. Marco with the end times prophecy all day, every day. Revelation 5:5 reads, then one of the elders said to me, do not weep. Oh, this couldn't go with the Madonna thing. See the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Leo the Lion, right? Leo the Lion. Pope Leo, born in 55, just like Patient Zero on the Hanavirus ship, who got the Hanavirus the same day they canceled the game. And that Santa Fe where they landed the ship, that's the anniversary of the air disaster there too, March 27th. See the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of, and hasn't Messi kissed the wall? He got one of those. He's got one of those sniffers, man, that could poke you from across the football field. Somebody should get out the tape measure on Messi's nose. It must make up about 30% of his body. Hold on, Messi kissing the wall. Oh yeah, he has done it. I thought so. Damn these people, man. Remember, the Jesuits do have those Catholic ooish origins. Do not weep. See, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has triumphed. He is able to open the scroll and its 7 seals. Yikes. We want to open up the 7 seals. That's when things get wild. It's going to be Argentina's 7th championships. Wow. Hold on. DK, you got to be quick because you're interrupting Marco's sermon.
Yeah, I just forgot one thing I wanted to mention that the previous caller reminded me of. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah,
you sound like you're a million miles away.
No, I got you right into the mic.
Okay, cool. So how he said that the final, they're red versus blue, Spain versus Argentina. Well, the bronze medal game, third place game is also red versus blue. France, Le Blues, and the Redcoats, England. Let's see which one of their uniforms they actually wear, because all these teams have uniforms of a million different color uniforms. In the spiritual circles right now, what's going around is this plasma event that's supposed to be coming up, which is the red shift, blue shift thing. Kind of refers back to one of the Hopi prophecies where they're talking about the red kachina and the blue kachina. So I think this is all kind of lined up with that Freemasonic thing, because it has to do with some type of spiritual shift or change. And that's what the 19th degree of Freemasonry, which when we looked it up, it didn't even discuss that, but that's what it's mostly about, is some spiritual transition, which is also this Hopi prophecy, red kachina, blue kachina thing going on. And then one other thing, you're just talking about the hand of God, but what about the hand of God that saved Trump? Remember when it only got his ear?
Oh yeah, the miraculous ear.
Yeah. So there's another link between the sports and the news and the rest of the fake stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, that Revelation 5:5 is pretty wild. Leo the Lion. The root of David. David has that Gematria 40 like World Cup. Like they keep paying tribute to 86, the year of the hand of God. I forgot I was streaming on this channel and Gematria Effect Sports. Between the two channels, we had 5,000 people watching. We haven't had that for a long time. I wonder how that happened. Does that mean we're going to get deleted again? The last time that happened, we got in big trouble. The last time we got big views, they had to shut us down again. Yikes. I need to back up videos. I literally haven't backed up a video since April of 2025. Yikes. Hold on. Messi scores first. Okay. Interesting decode. Oh, remember they ended the hantavirus outbreak on 7-2. This is Argentina's seventh championship appearance. Spain's second, 7-2. Again, that hantavirus ship went from Argentina, the end of the world, to Spain on the Netherlands cruiser when both teams have beat the Netherlands in championships. And again, Argentina beat them in 78th year. Hantavirus was coined. If you guys weren't following me, I told you, I said, this looks like confirmation what I already said about the World Cup. I said, it looks like more Argentina-Spain clues. Fake news, rig sports, all day, every day. Okay, pretty interesting there, Chris. We'll see what happens. Let's get Marco in. What's up, Marco?
What's going on, Zach? I'm gonna try to give you some more 19s before we get into any sort of sermon right now, but check this one out. Sometimes they give you clues as to like their social media profiles, but if you go to like the FIFA World Cup X profile, right now they're currently, I don't go off of their followers, I go off of how many people they're following, and they're actually following 670 right now. And then if you delete the 0 there, 67, the 19th prime is that the FIFA World Cup official profile is following. But What other one did I want to share with you? This one ties into COVID. And obviously, when I think of New York, when I think of all that, I see the 19. I told you, I mean, it just triggers in my mind, COVID-19. Absolutely first thing comes to mind. But I'm just trying to make sense of it. Like, okay, why is it coming to mind? Can I relate it? Can I incorporate it somehow?
Did you catch the beginning of the stream where I went over all the 19s and what it has to do with the mall being Islamic and all that?
No.
All right, for everybody, let's review the 19 because I can tell Marco missed out. All right, real fast, the 19 recap. They're putting out 19 MESSI Galaxy Z Fold 8 phones that cost $13,000 a piece. There's only 19. The phone came out in 2019. Messi scored 19 goals as a pro when he was 19 years old. Again, Messi's 19 in this photo, now bathing 19-year-old Yamal, and they both wore 19 for Barcelona. Of course, Yamal wears 19 right now. Spain leads Argentina in scoring all time, 19-18, which means if Argentina scores first, it's going to be tied up 19 all. Spain just defeated France to get to the championship for their 19th win, staying on 19 all-time losses in the World Cup. Spain's only championship was in the 19th World Cup. Barcelona, who Messi and Yamal have both played for and both wore 19 for, and who both became stars at age 19, essentially. Well, Yamal might even earlier, but for Messi, it was officially at age 19. Again, the championship tomorrow is 19 weeks to the day of the Barcelona establishment. All the 19 stuff. Messi came into this World Cup with 911 goals scored for his career. 911. The championships in New York, where the 19 terrorists supposedly took down the towers.
Yeah, I forgot about
Again,
that.
in 1968, Mohammed Atta is born, the lead hijacker, the lead of 19 hijackers. The Quran Code of 19 was discovered in 68. 9/11 construction began. World Trade Center construction. All those things that tie in with 9/11 all go back to 68. Lamine Yamal is Muslim. The Quran Code of 19. Again, from Messi's birthday to Yamal's is 19 days later. From the cancellation of the game due to the war that has a lot to do with religion between Spain and Argentina that was to be played in the championship stadium from the 2022 World Cup to tomorrow's game is 114 days, the number of surahs in the Quran, which is a number divisible by 19. World War has that big 114 connection. The World Wars canceled the World Cups in 42 and 46. The first World Cup after the World Wars was in 76 years ago. Whoever wins tomorrow is going to be 7-6 versus the opponent, which is the number that goes with Capricorn, the GOAT, which ends on the 19th of January. But yeah, again, so there's a lot more here. But yeah, that's again, Capricorn ends on the 19th day, the GOAT symbol. Argentina played the 19th game of this World Cup. Messi had a hat trick, like how he had his first hat trick at age 19. Yamal's first career hat trick was the day the war began with Iran. Go figure. What are the odds? The 59th day of the year, like Spain, equals 59, like the championships, 59 days after FIFA's birthday. And then, you were probably here when people called in that, they just busted 19 kitty touchers in Kansas City, which was Argentina's home field. I mean, what a sick joke. So, and here's back when Messi was a younger guy getting manhandled.
Yeah, I did see that on somebody else's profile. I'm like, yo, man.
Jimmy Fallon made fun of us last night. Born on the same day him came out about the GOAT passing the torch to baby GOAT, born on the 19th of September.
And let me tell you, I actually confused Jimmy for somebody else, but Stephen Colbert, right across the way from him in New York, he likes to have Jesuit priests on regularly, when Stephen Colbert was on.
They're both devout Catholics.
Yeah, exactly. So
don't forget, Colbert lost his father. I believe Colbert's
father.
Oh,
no. Hey, Google this. Jimmy Fallon recently went to go visit Pope Leo for some comedic event with like Chris Rock and Stephen Colbert at the Vatican. It's like they say, tell me who your friends are, and I'll let you know who you are, who this person is,
Hold on. What day did Colbert's father die in a plane crash? I feel like it was a 9/11 ritual. Yeah, his dad died in a plane crash on September 11th.
That's how he got so popular.
Exactly.
That was the sacrifice.
They're making movies about how this works now. It happens when you're a young child, you're chosen, they sacrifice your father. That's what the whole movie hymn's about.
Yeah. That was his sacrifice. And you can see Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, Chris Rock.
But again, as you learn in him, it's not like the child made the decision. It's that these people made the decision and they sacrificed the father so that they can help mold the man into the character they need him to be for the world stage. It's easier when the man of the house isn't around.
Yep. I was going to give you one here because I then started looking into any connections with the coronas. And from the last total solar eclipse in America that made an X over America with the total eclipse path to the actual finals is exactly 119 weeks. Exactly 119. And like I said, we all know, we've touched on it before, 119 for the Vatican, 47 for the Vatican. Here's a good one that you'll like. You could add to that post about the world's game. That same author, Zach, I want you to go to Amazon and type in her name, Yamil or what, I forgot the author's name, but that same author that made that soccer book predicting that Argentina would go against Spain for Spain to win 2-1, like Jesuit equals 2-1. But take note that she also came out with a book called All Roads Lead to Rome.
Let me see if I can find. It looks like she's got quite a few books out here.
Yeah, it's called All Roads Lead to Rome by the same author.
You guys, the World's Game's 40 pages long. Like World Cup is 40. Like all these tributes to 86.
And by the way, at the end of the book, I was there. It goes right there at the bottom right. The bottom right. It's All Roads Lead to Rome. It's you kept scrolling. There it is. Bottom right.
Oh yeah, snap! There it is.
Yeah, and listen, like I said, guys, look. This is in the Bible. Revelation 17 is all about the horror of Revelation. God describes the Vatican absolutely perfectly if you have eyes to see. And at the end, God just straight sums up Revelation.
Hold on. Do you see what day that book was published?
What do you see about it? I didn't really see it.
June 24th, Messi's birthday, Modern Freemasonry's birthday, John the Baptist's birthday, the day Ignatius Loyola became the
and what have I look, the big nugget that I'm trying to convey here that you need to put in your repertoire is that when you go to Mary Major, where the Jesuit Pope is buried, on the facade at the very top is you get the Roman numerals. A lot of people can't find these Roman numerals right now of 9/11. It's on the facade of the #1 church for Mary in the Vatican, or in Rome, I should say. And that, I'm telling you, Zach, that is the one.
The IXXI.
IXXI. Go to Mary Major Basilica. It's at the top, right under the Mary statue. And the idea is that, guys, this is what ties everything. You know what? If you guys want to save time with talking to people, you say, listen, check this out. You remember 9/11? Yeah, these Romans, these Vatican agents, they love to use that. That was their number. That is their number. And at the top of Mary Major Basilica, they got that. And that's the #1 thing that ties in the horror of Revelation. It ties in the Masons because it looks like a freaking square and compass when they put them together with Roman numerals. And it ties in the Jesuits. It ties in all of those three in one fell swoop. You got to start using that, Zach. That's got to be like your freaking, that's got to be, I use that all the time. But I'm telling you, when I saw it, I was like, oh, there it goes. And it's right in front of another dragon. Let me tell you, in that Mary Major Basilica, there's all sorts of pagan crap. I see dragons all over the place. I saw an all-seeing eye. I saw a hexagram. And like I said, the Mary of the Vatican is really Mother Babylon. The Jesus of the Vatican is really Judas Iscariot, the son of perdition. Just like I've told you, the Jesuits, they have a book called Hope for Judas. That's when people talk about the Antichrist, they have no understanding that it's been about God and his son and Satan and his son. You know, Judas betrayed the Son of God, hung himself, went to his own place, the Bible says, and he's going to ascend from the bottomless pit by the middle of the tribulation. And you know what? That reminded me of when England won tonight, when Jude Bellingham got the last score at a very interesting, it was the 6th score. He wears number 10, Judas equals 10. But you got to remember this, in the Bible, Jude is short for Judas. And then you also got to think about that song from the Beatles called Hey Jude, that equals 666 with Gematria. But the interesting thing about those lyrics that I recently heard that really caught my attention is it says, once you let her under your skin. That's what happened with the COVID vaccine. Judas is already under your skin of 70% of the world. Judas already has an advantage on 70% of the world. He's already under their skin. And pretty soon, you know, there's another song from Muse that says, I know how to win before you begin. I'm under your skin. Judas is already under the skin of everybody. Thanks to the Society of Judas. The Jesuits are his foot soldiers. The devil has been working on the kingdom of his son. And it's all about the transport.
Shout out to Richland, Washington. Thanks for chipping in tonight and being part of the stream. That's just down the highway from me. So they're in the area. Go ahead.
But I did want to connect it to this in regards to the 19 that I'm also seeing on another front, because at the same time that we got the World Cup coming up in New York, I did see that they have the movie release for The Odyssey from Chris Nolan. You got to remember, Chris Nolan also touched on the supernova that I talk about. When everybody that got the COVID job, they're going to fall into the black hole of the
Hold
corona.
on, Marco. We got to do an interruption about the World Cup. He's only got a minute.
Okay.
The God of the Old Testament has arrived. What's up, Elohim?
Yo, Professor Hubbard.
Yo.
How you doing this evening?
Doing all right. We finally had a breakout between the two channels. We had over 5,000 people watching, but somehow I only gained one subscriber. Damn, only one subscriber out of all those new viewers? That's bad. Anyway,
yeah,
go ahead.
I seen that. I joined. It was like 4,500 people.
But I only got one new subscriber. How about, man, they must have thought we must have been just capping over here or something. Anyway.
Man, I don't know what's going on. But, hey, I just came on here to I was going to save this for the Patreon tomorrow, but, I mean, it's really no point, man. We already got our picks in. You know, we locked in with a certain team. So, Hubbard, you need to see this. You need to see this. You got your 509 number?
Is it the picture where Messi's hand officially is?
No. Now there's this thing going on Twitter right now where Messi is being I guess they're seeing that he's Lamine Yamal is not the only child that he's been around, if that makes sense.
I see. Looks like he got his hand on this low section of this Norwegian-looking kid. I don't know who that is, but
no, those are all Spanish. Those are all the Spain players.
Oh, he's Spanish too, huh? Okay.
Yeah, those are all the players playing on Spain right now.
Oh, he's all that kid's also on the Spain team, huh?
Yeah, they're all playing for Spain right now.
Man.
Yeah, but Hubbard.
What? Wow. Okay. Is there somewhere where I can quickly get this up on the screen for everybody else?
I don't know how you.
Where did you get this at? Where did you get all these at?
This is on Twitter. This is going crazy right now on Twitter. But Hubbard, the ref, the ref for tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Hubbard. Guess what his birthday is?
I don't know. Is it on the 19th too?
No. November 25th.
The day leaving 36 days left in the year.
No, Hubbard. The Maradona. The ref tomorrow, guys, has the same birthday as the day Maradona died. You can't make this up.
I see.
You can't make. His name is the ref. His name is Slavko Vincic or whatever, however you say his name.
By the way, Maradona did die at 60. It's the first time Spain and Argentina played in the World Cup in 60 years. He was also born in 60.
His name Slavlo. I mean, they literally just picked him just because he had the Maradona death day. Slavko
Vincic. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, him right there.
You guys need to figure out. I was trying to do a search for it. Elohim, it looks like there's at least 5 players on the Spain team that Messi might have diddled when they were children.
All those.
He has his hand around one of the boys, and it looks like his hand's down on the kid's ass. I mean, how gross is this?
Yeah, all those players I sent all play for Spain right now. But I just wanted to share that, man. The ref for tomorrow literally has the Maradona death date. I mean,
can you imagine, like, how many millions of people right now are wearing the jersey of a man who's probably diddled a lot of children that are out playing on the field, and that's what it takes to get out here. This is what's going on. You got to diddle them. That's why they got Bieber out there for halftime to remind you what's up.
How do you think Tom Brady became the GOAT? I mean, what do you think he had to do beyond closed doors? I mean, the guy's on camera kissing his son on the lips.
Did you see this guy's name equals 76, this coach?
I didn't even run his name. I just saw that he had
his name equals 76. The GOAT symbol is 76. Like I was saying, the 76 is big, you guys, because the first World Cup after the World Wars was in 50. Damn, his name's 52, 76 years ago. Something's up.
Not to mention, tomorrow is the day leaving 165 days left in the year. I mean, guys, all you got to do.
Tomorrow's 129 days to that dude's birthday, which is 201 in base 8.
Guys, all you got to do tomorrow.
He's 46.
He's 46 right now, huh?
You saw what I said about the hand of God, right? and come on, man. Come on. His birthday's the day Maradona died, the hand of God guy. This guy's 46.
Correct. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean tomorrow the day leaving 165 days left in the year. All you gotta type in is Lionel Messi in the calculator. You should get that 165, guys. So, anyways, good luck to everybody. I will be there tomorrow morning. Yo, Marco, what happened to your face, man? You look different today. What happened? You look like you went to the beach.
Yeah, I did get a little tan today. Actually, I didn't put no sunscreen, so I look like a lobster.
Yeah, man.
What's your ethnicity, Marco? What are you?
Well, my father's from Mexico and my mother's from Nicaragua, but I was born out here.
I see. Yeah, you didn't get as much sun living in the States.
Yeah, no, my mom is actually more white than your typical.
You need to come to Africa, man. But all right, Hubbard, I'm gonna see you in the morning, man. I just wanted to share that, a bit of information with you, man. We're locked in. We're locked in for tomorrow. We're locked in. I'm gonna be Argentinian tomorrow. So but all right, Hubbard, I'm gonna see you.
The Old Testament is spoken. All right. All righty, Louis. All right, what's up, Marco?
Yeah, no, there was another thing. I don't know if you caught this one.
Let's finish within 10 minutes because I am tired. I really want to go to bed tonight.
This will probably be the last 19 here because I did see that at the same time that this cup is happening, we also have the premiere of The Odyssey from Chris Nolan. Now, Chris Nolan also had a film from 2014 called Interstellar. And from the time of that release with the premiere in LA to the eclipse of the century coming up is 666 weeks. But he shows the supernova, he shows the black hole. But recently, he came out with a film called The Odyssey. I went to go see it because it's all critically acclaimed, and I wanted to say, okay, what's the big fuss about? And I'm used to Homer's The Odyssey, so I wanted to go see the adaptation here. But at the end, I took something away from it that stirred up something else that I've seen before when it comes to the music video industry with the Korean pop music world. And at the end of the film, everybody knows the Trojan story where they let the Trojan horse into Troy. And then, that was basically the collapse of civilization. Now that kind of really hit home because at the same time, I thought about this one music video for the K-pop group called Blackpink, and that equals 56. They have a song called Pink Venom. It's about the COVID vaccine essentially. But at the end of that music video for a song that they have, How You Like That, they show a Trojan horse. They show true Trojan horses and then basically a map of the world behind them. And all I take from that is truly the COVID-19 jab is the Trojan horse that many people let in. And pretty soon it will lead to the collapse of civilization. But you know what's crazy about this 19 is that on the release of this film for the New York release, while it's happening with the World Cup, it's still there right now. They have a big, I think it's like I forgot how big it is. It's a Trojan horse. It's a big statue essentially. But it's very interesting where they placed it at this AMC theater because it's right in front of two different streets. But one of the streets is 67th Street, the 19th Prime. So I was like, there goes an allusion to the Trojan horse, the COVID vaccine probably being the Trojan horse. But again, the other thing about the Finalissima that you've mentioned already, like if you look at it from the month perspective, you look at 3 months and 22 days, the big 322 that a lot of decoders, I don't see get this, the coronavirus vaccine equals 322. And it's also shown to us in the film iPad Go 2, where it has a man with skull and bones that's unleashing people with guns. You got to understand, Zach, it will happen.
You remember when Biden got the shot, his first shot was right at 322.
Yes. Sharp. Yeah, that is a very vivid example of the 322 connection there with Biden and that time step that he did it at.
You guys got to, it might not be up anymore. I used to have it on my channel, but it's amazing how perfect the timing is. I mean, she's moving it to his hand and it's still 321. And right as she pushes, boom, just like instantly 322. It's like, look at how perfect that was.
And another thing, when it comes to the GOAT.
Again, you guys, the Johns Hopkins University 322, that's founded by the Skull and Bones member, Order 322, that was huge with simulating and keeping all the stats. And every day, remember the running numbers on the screen for the latest COVID stats, all from the Johns Hopkins? Anyway, go ahead. I got to get you this photo because I can't find any good ones online. But when I was in Rome at the Mother Church of the Jesuits, I was walking around in front of their altar and I saw a freaking Skull and Bones. And I was just like, oh, man, let me get a good shot of this one right here. It's right in front of their altar. I mean, like straight up Skull and Bones. Look, they call themselves the Order.
The order. We should know who the real order is. But either way,
the
one thing
Jesuits have also referred to themselves as the order throughout history.
That's
and
what
again, Skull and Bones is modeled after the Illuminati. The Illuminati was founded by a Jesuit. It all goes together just like this.
Yeah.
Again, Bavaria equals 54, where the Illuminati is founded. Jesuit order equals 54. George W. Bush won the 54th election. Bin Laden killed on his 54th day of being 54.
Yep. And listen, one thing that I really found that it shouldn't surprise me at this point, but I did find out that the eclipse of the century, which looks to be the supernova date when the COVID AI is going to take over, it's on the year of the fire goat. I said, oh, nice. Year of the fire goat coming up. I'm telling you right now, when this event happens, it's going to be the greatest event until those 7 seals are going to be opened up by the Great Tribulation. But it's going to rock this world. That event's going to, like when I was watching the Odyssey at the end, they made a big emphasis, and the final scene was focusing on the Trojan horse and how Odysseus, the protagonist, he was actually regretting creating the Trojan horse. He's like, I regret that I created this Trojan horse trick that collapsed civilization. And that's essentially the safe and effective jab that went into 70% of the world that will collapse. It is the Trojan horse. The Korean pop group showed us that. That's called Blackpink. They also like to say Blackpink in your area. Oh, yeah, there sure is in the area of 70% of the world. But there goes that nice little COVID-19 connection with the release of Odyssey, with the horse that's on 67th Street right now, the 19th Prime. But the other one that I wanted to share with you that no one should. Did you catch how Yamil, before the World Cup started, on his Instagram, he posted a jersey, a half and half jersey of Argentina and Spain together. Before the World Cup started, Yamil posted that on his Instagram.
Oh, they do this stuff all the time. By the way, you guys, this guy turned 41 the day Maradona died. Remember, World Cup equals 41 like USA, and Yamal was born 41 years to the day of the only time Argentina and Spain ever played in the World Cup until tomorrow. 41 years to the day.
Don't let me forget this 322. Tomorrow is going to be 322 days from the beast's birthday, Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia, the crown prince.
Whose suppression lasted 41 years?
Who?
Whose suppression lasted 41 years?
Wasn't it the Jesuits?
Of course it was.
Yeah. Now, see, the thing about the Jesuits, people need to understand, if you look at history just a tad bit, you're going to see that they were so bad that the Pope himself had to suppress them. That's how bad they were.
Story about what happened today here in my town. Did you hear that story?
No, what happened? Was it in this video or another video?
No, it was in the live stream I did earlier today.
While you were in the car?
I had to drop the information you shared. I was talking to people in this town about this book right here. This book right here about the guy that supposedly set the whole town on fire. Again, this guy was released from a 15-year prison sentence after doing just 2 months on the anniversary of the Jesuits being recognized by the Roman Catholic Church. Shortly after, he just setting the whole town on fire. I remind you of Ignatius Loyola saying, "Go forth and set the world on fire," and then supposedly blew up Judge James. When Judge James was elected on Remember the 5th of November, the anniversary. So I was talking to these guys. There's literally a tent on the Saturday market in this town set up as the wisdom or a corner or something like that where old men hang out. But today, almost everyone was missing from the weeks. There were just 2 guys there, and I didn't recognize them. But I went to try and strike up a conversation about this book since it's buzzing right now.
Yeah.
And both guys started to get butt hurt real quick. And one of them goes, the Jesuits are good from what I understand. And I said, well, did you know that Jefferson and Adams warned that they could subvert the nation? And he goes, I've never heard that. I said, well, you should look it up because it's true.
No, that's the thing.
You listen, together on the 4th of July, too, in 1826. And look, I said, by the way, did you know Ignatius Loyola, there's a statue of him standing on a man's head? And he goes, who's that? I said,
it's on the facade of their church, man. It's literally like you can look at the Church of the Jesuits.
About people. Yeah. I said, and his response to me is, who's that? And I said, that's the founder of the Jesuits.
Yo, you made me think of the facade because, listen, another thing you could add to your repertoire is this, okay? Because I've showed you that from the book of Daniel and from the book of Revelation 17, you could connect the dots that the Vatican is the revived Roman Empire, the final Gentile world kingdom of iron and clay. That's what we are witnessing with the power structure from the Vatican, that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. That's what the Bible says. It nails.
You guys, they worship this evil. They're so taken by this evil. They're so quick to defend this evil. It's like, I don't even know how it's instilled in them. This guy doesn't even know who their leader is, but is going to cut me off and say, I heard the Jesuits are good. And then I start giving him facts, and he starts, and just after a few more facts, he's like, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Oh,
and I said, well, I thought this was the wisdom corner. He just stormed right out there. I was like, this is the wisdom corner? Get the fuck out of here.
I did want to give this to add to your repertoire as well, because I've used this a couple times as well, but I keep forgetting it from time to time. Just like the Mary Major Basilica, at the front of the Jesuit Mother Church, the Church of the Jesu, man, they literally have typically two plaques, one for the current coat of arms for the current Pope, like right now, Leo, but then the other plaque that they have in front of this big ass door, the main door for the Jesuit Church, is SPQR. SPQR. Now, if you know a little bit of the Roman Empire, that has nothing to do with Catholicism. That has nothing to do with religion. That has to do with the Roman Empire, the SPQR. So it really shows you they are military. Look, what we have seen is that the current Praetorian Guard is the Jesuits. They've just changed their name. Remember, the previous Praetorian Guard that used to guard the emperors of Rome, they would assassinate the Caesars if they didn't do what they were doing. The Praetorian Guard ran the show, just like the Jesuits run the show today. And that's all they are. They're the new Praetorian Guard for the revived Roman Empire. But on the front of the Jesuit Mother Church, they have SPQR for the Senate and the people of Roma, which equals 201. So again, it really is, it's all biblical. It's all in the Bible. The idea is that Rome is the final Gentile world kingdom. We went from iron, which was Rome, to iron and clay, which we're in right now. Okay, so there's really no new thing under the sun. It's really a slow motion train wreck for me. And like I said, guys, just stick around a little bit. All right, get your sins forgiven, get your name in the book of life. But we are about to witness something here. Listen, you've already mentioned this, Zach. Right now, the Middle East is on fire. They have put out a global citizen alert. They have said that there's imminent war coming from Israel News. BB canceled his flight over here. I'm just telling you, we got day 2-1 coming up.
Don't forget that BB graduated from Philadelphia in 1967 in the Synagogue of Satan in Philadelphia, and the word satanic 67.
Oh, BB's a Jesuit. BB's a Jesuit. He's rowing into the deep. He's a Jesuit. And listen, the way I tell people is this: listen, we live in a world post-COVID. It's so easy to show people. You want to know what team they're on? Did they promote the vaccine? That's what team they're on. It's very simple nowadays. All right, was BB jabbing up everybody? Yes, he was. He's part of their team, okay? It's so simple after COVID to prove all this stuff. But that's why I say, was he jabbing everybody up? He called it Vaccination Nation, by the way. But when it comes to Israel. But at the same time, there's a lot of escalation right now. If you look at the news, a lot of people are enamored. A lot of the decoding community, they're absolutely oblivious that while the World Cup Finals is about to take place with the most eyeballs, this is going to be the biggest sporting event, the most eyeballs. While all this is happening, you got the escalation in Iran with all the neighbors, all the proxies just boiling up right now. So this is a moment in time where it's so freaking ripe for order out of chaos, false flag event. It's not even funny. It should be absolutely no shock if they do something. But then again, we got Monday, day 201, Iran equals.
I got to remind people, they just put out that Man on Fire show based on Denzel, Jesuit-educated Denzel's character.
Yep.
And it doesn't say exactly what day it happens, but an act of terrorism happens in Brazil. They blow up a building. I was talking about this before the World Cup, you guys, because I saw it and I said, it doesn't say exactly what day it happened, but the Denzel character, it's not Denzel anymore, but it's based on the movie Man on Fire with Denzel. It shows him on a camera, getting caught on a camera like shortly after, and the date's July 21st, which is the anniversary of the Jesuit suppression ending. It's also yours truly's birthday. But I said, okay, so that means that the building blowing up was before that and close to the day of the World Cup championship. And remember, I brought this up, and I said it could be a sign that some major destructive acts are coming during this World Cup. Then the Venezuela thing happens, and all these buildings get leveled.
Look, if you go to my website, beingjustified.com, we typically cover the news, not from the perspective of like celebrity death. We cover it from mainly the Middle East because we're heading into the end of the world. It's Middle East centric. The Bible is Middle East centric. So I'm following the Middle East like a freaking falcon. I am on it. And I'm telling you right now, as far as the pace of everything right now, the cadence of the news, and right now, as a matter of fact, we had 8 straight days of America bombing targets in Iran. But right now, all of a sudden, it got real freaking quiet. Even other people are reporting that. Even Palestinian pro sources that are Arab only, Even they're saying, hey, it's a little quiet right now. What the frick is going on? And we got the World Cup at hand, day 201 at hand. I said, yo, man, yo, it is so ripe for something to get started. At the same time, you got the Ayatollah, the new guy that's, 56 years old right now, which we all know. I tell people, Iran is the boogeyman for the Vatican. That's all I say. They're the new Adolf Hitler. That's all he is. The Ayatollahs are the brand new Hitlers for the Vatican.
Remind people, the CIA overthrew Iran on the Jesuit order's birthday, August 15th. The Iranian Revolution ended in 79 on the Vatican's birthday. And then we started this war while Trump's 79. Argentina's birthday is 7-9. I mean, there's probably some of that.
Yeah,
we really fired back up the war on 7-9 on Argentina's birthday. And don't forget, that's where all those Nazis went.
Oh, and listen, one of the Iranian foreign diplomats that went to the Vatican, he got awarded some sort of high-level diplomatic award. I'm just like, this is like such a clown show, man. They're giving him awards while they're at war with America. This is ridiculous. But we know, and that's how I promote them. I say, look, man, I'm not deceived. I know what I'm looking at. It's a big mystery of iniquity show, but it's got a purpose. It's got a purpose. It's an end. Like, you know what? In the Jesuit secret oath, they have a very significant phrase that they use. It's called, for the end justifies the means. It doesn't matter how many people they have to kill till they get to their particular end goal. All right. And don't forget that one. That's another good one for your repertoire right there. For the end justifies the means. All right.
They say that term essentially came from the Jesuits.
That most definitely, it's in their secret oath. It's in their secret oath right there. Their high level oath. But the Ayatollah recently said that America is going to get unforgettable lessons coming up. All right. And then, like I said, right now, all of a sudden it's real quiet in the Middle East. They were dropping bombs left and right over Jordan. They just killed 3 American soldiers in Jordan. Trump said, we're going to unleash the gates of hell. I said, all right, it's starting to really escalate. American soldiers are dead on the ground. This is kind of new. Let's just see where this goes. It's kind of really freaking quiet right now for whatever reason. And listen, if something doesn't happen before the World Cup, I'll be very interested in what's going to happen. All right, because they should already be starting to hit targets like right now. All right, but I'm telling you, man. Also Iran with prime numbers that equals 129. That's 201 in base 8. Day 201 is on Monday. Everything's just right now. It's a good boiling right now. It's a good, like the situation in the Middle East it's like it's boiling. It's not even simmering at this point. It's boiling. And it's ready. It's ready. It's like you remember when Bill Cooper, he called like the idea that, hey, how did CNN go to some cave and find Osama? And he's like, you better believe they're going to use that boogeyman for something. And shortly thereafter, 9/11 happened. So this is that sort of situation where it should be very easy to identify. They're setting something up. They're laying the groundwork. Trump has already said, I'm their number one target. I might not be here around anymore pretty soon. And I've already told the government that, to blow them up to smithereens if they take me out. So
the narrative's set. You know what? Donald John Trump, 76, and shortly before Lindsey Graham just died, he just referred to Trump as the GOAT.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about that. He did, yeah. No, Lindsey, listen, let me tell you, I'm still shocked at Lindsey.
I don't think Lindsey Graham really died, by the way, either.
Listen, I did see photos that they released from TMZ. There could be something there. But I also think I'm the same way, man. When they tell you that they killed Osama, when they killed the Ayatollah, and they just
just stop, you guys. We created the policy to justify torturing people to get information. And then the day we get Osama, we just kill him and throw him in the ocean, and that's that. Does that even make sense?
That to me was like, dude, we don't even get to see a body. Listen, you remember when they killed Soleimani and they at least showed us a ring with a dismembered finger or something? Show us something.
But it wasn't even the right ring. I mean, it wasn't even the same ring. I'm sure.
But you get what I'm saying, right? Can we see like proof of death? Proof of death as opposed to like just throw them in the sea? But like I said,
proof of is a script. That's all there's proof of.
And you already touched on this earlier. Listen, I can't believe that they have turned the World Cup into geopolitical events for Israel versus Palestine, essentially, because Israel is represented by Lionel Messi. That's why Benjamin Netanyahu, he supports Leo. He wants Argentina to win. That's what he already said recently. But then who does Yamal represent? Recently, he was waving the Palestinian flag, and he's a Muslim. So I was like, man, it's crazy how they could turn the biggest sporting event into a geopolitical event. But I told my audience, I said, get used to it. We're headed to the end of the world. This is what I also learned about Yamal, his name. It says Yamal has 2 primary meanings. In Serbian Russian, Yamal means end of the earth. Okay? And I said, oh, interesting, because we're headed to the end of the world
By the
coming
way,
up.
You caught the detail about how Messi's first ever hat trick was on Bin Laden's birthday, right?
No, that was this year, right? The first hat trick this year?
No, his first ever career hat trick.
Oh,
when he was
first ever.
19 years
Okay.
old on March 10th.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this man right here,
Again, he came into this World Cup with 911 goals.
yes, that I did see, and that makes sense because he essentially represents the 9/11 clique. We at this point, Zach, we know who the 9/11 clique is. All right, that IXXI. We know the 9/11 clique. But
wait, the name Yamal means twin. It's almost like Thomas.
Hold your thought there. Hold your thought. I'm going to tell you something, Zach, that only my particular ministry in the entire world, from the Christian perspective, understands as to why they're doing a certain post. I told you earlier, Yamal, he posted an image.
Right. I just want to show you. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah, look at that. End of the world.
That town where the Hanavirus cruise ship's nickname is the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yamal also does equal the end of the world, but it also means twin. And this is all a build up from 9/11 and the Twin Towers.
Hold your thought. I'm going to build off of this real good because the Twin Towers and okay. I don't know if you recall all the stuff I've ever said, but one of the big number one secrets that I know my ministry is hated up for is this. We're proving that the beast is Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia. But I'm also telling everybody, and I'm proving it. I have a film on it, by the way. I have a almost close to 2-hour film where I show all the Bible and connection and the proof that the beast is not only MBS, but he's a child of Esau. He's an Edomite. That's the ancient cursed bloodline, twin brother of Jacob. But how do I know this without a DNA sample? He's rebuilding the land prophetically in Malachi 1:4. He's rebuilding the land called Neom. That's how I know he's an Edomite. I know that because of that prophecy. It's coming to pass before our eyes right now. It's called Neom. And that's how I know MBS is he's not an Ishmaelite. He's not an Arab. He's an Edomite. That is the cursed bloodline, the twin brother of Jacob, the twin. And that's also who Yamal represents, because I also saw the CEO of Adidas. He went on CBS News with the same jersey that Yamil posted on his Instagram that was split in half. That is the thing that I've been telling you, Zach. With the Twin Towers, you saw one tower went down, another tower went down, and then they became one. What I'm telling people is that Mohammed bin Salman is the vessel for Judas. They're going to kill MBS, and then Judas is going to send from the pit, enter his body, and two souls are going to go into one vessel pretty soon to then rule the world for 40 and 2 months. That is what this shirt represents, and that makes this my ministry that I've been doing for 7 years now, the only ministry in the world that understands why they are splitting that jersey. And on Messi, by the way, he has a tattoo of the Vatican Jesus with the long hair. That's Judas. Messi represents Judas. Yamal represents Edom, which today is MBS. And that's also why Messi at the last Qatar finals, he wore the Arab Bisht uniform that the Saudi crown prince wears. He's representing when the beast will rule the world pretty soon. I'm telling you right now, count it down, mark my words, pun intended, for the mark of the beast coming up. Mohammed bin Salman is going to make peace with Israel. 3.5 years later, they're going to kill him. He gets resurrected, and then the kingdom of the beast and New World Order will begin.
All right. Let's leave it right there.
Yeah.
For everybody who wants to check out Marco, this is his website, beingjustified.com. He's got scroll down because I want him to see the film Esau is Edom. This is like my number one film that I recommend everybody watch. And it's such a big exploit. I'm telling you, Zach, the number one secret that I know they don't want people to know is that he's an Edomite. That's the number one secret. That one right there. Esau is Edom. That's at the website, beingjustified.com.
Yeah. So when Yamal says he's one of the twins, Yamal represents Esau. And today the beast is an Edomite, which comes from that twin brother of Jacob that's been trying to kill him for a while. But pretty soon Jacob's going to deal with him. And that's going to start the end of the world, which Yamal also represents.
Very interesting, Marco. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks, Zach. Hey, listen, thanks for having me on. I think that was my spiel today. I think I gave enough there. Don't forget to add the All Roads Lead to Rome on that one author's book, the book list, man. That was ridiculous when I saw that.
And the fact that it came out on June 24th.
That's ridiculous. Bro, I'm telling you right now, bro, they don't give a damn because pretty soon there's going to be a supernova singularity COVID AI takeover, and it's all going to burn. The Vatican, they know their time is up. Revelation 18 is all about the Vatican getting burned in 1 hour by 10 kings that are going to give their power and strength to the slain and risen beast. The Vatican's going to burn. They know that. That's why they vaccinated everybody, and they're about to burn it all down.
We will see. Time will tell, Marco.
Yep, we're almost a year away. We're definitely closer to the first eclipse, but it's the one next year in the year of the fire goat, the eclipse of the century that I'm
That's
looking
right.
at.
The year of the goat upcoming with this mega goat ritual. Okay.
Yep.
All right, Marco. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
Yep, likewise.
Yeah, the Awakened King, we were aware of that. The tournament runs a span of 39 days. We call New York 39 land. Messi just turned 39. Again, you had the earthquakes 39 seconds apart on his birthday. Venezuela 39, like Arturo Sosa, the leader of the Jesuits, who's from Venezuela. We told you a year to the day when Messi scored 2 goals in New York, July 19, 2025. He was bound for the championship at age 39 in New York 39 land. And since then, we just saw Mike Brown of the Knicks, the New York Knicks, become the 39th coach to win an NBA Finals. Again, you learn these numbers. You just see through the ritualism all day, every day. And that is one of the – that's for all you Spain people, just so you know, their coach does have a shot at his 39th win. So, I mean, Spain does have some things. But like I keep saying, with the whole hantavirus thing, which we're all over, and 55 being connected to that, and the Pope being born in 55, just like patient zero, and the next win for Argentina being that number – and what we just learned about Revelation 5:5 that references the lion, which is Leo. I mean, it's hard to go against you guys, but the greater point is a lot more serious things are coming for the world than the outcome of tomorrow's game, which is mostly meaningless, other than if you can pad your pockets off the rig, which we've done over and over throughout this tournament and a million other things in rig sports. But yeah, I'm also suspicious tonight about how there was 5,000 people watching between the two channels and only gained 1 subscriber. Were these even real views? What happened tonight? Did Jimmy Fallon send bot accounts here to elevate, like, oh my God, maybe we're finally having a breakthrough. It's like, wait, 1 new subscriber? What? Come on, man. 1 new subscriber. If you guys got here late, here, I'm going to close it out this way. Let's hit the 19s real fast one more time. Jimmy Fallon last night pretty much went on TV and made fun of yours truly. And again, on the same night he did this, they announced there's this new Messi phone, the Galaxy Z Fold 8. There's only going to be 19 made. The phone came out in 2019. Again, Messi at age 19 became a superstar, scoring 19 goals that year. He bathed Yamal when he was 19. Yamal just turned 19 this past Monday, named after the moon that day of the week that has the 19-year cycle, which is all important to this cabal. Both men wore 19 for Barcelona. Again, Yamal's wearing 19 in the World Cup. Spain leads Argentina in scoring 19 goals to 18 all-time in the head-to-head. And I just love that the last time they played was the day that their game got canceled this year in Qatar. And again, Spain just beat France for the 19th time to advance to the championship, staying on 19 losses in the World Cup. FIFA's 19th World Cup was the one Spain won. From the championship tomorrow on the 19th to Barcelona, the football team's establishment anniversary is exactly 19 weeks, which is also 133 days, and football equals 133. One of Brady's GOAT Super Bowls, he won 13-3. Let's see here. Messi comes in with 911 goals, which reminds us of 9/11 and the 19 hijackers in New York, which was 19 years before COVID-19 was simulated with Event 201 in New York. And FIFA has the big 201 connection, and 2 towers became 0 before they became 1. And 201's that number of the Jesuits, a.k.a. also the Illuminati. The object illuminated by the sun is the moon on that 19-year cycle. But anyway, whole lot of 19 stuff with 9/11. Including the Quran code being coined, which is about how the Quran's all about 19. That happened in 68, the same year World Trade Center construction began, and 911 was made the code. Lamine Yamal is Muslim. From Messi's birthday to Yamal's is 19 days. From the Spain-Argentina game getting canceled in Qatar, an Islamic nation, to the championship is 114 days, which is divisible by 19, but the number of surahs in the Quran, which ties in with World War. In the small way, it's 42 in case that shows up in the score. If Argentina can score 4 tomorrow, they're going to get to 23 goals in this World Cup. In the 23rd World Cup, where Spain equals 23, it's possible. Brady, 23, a lot of comparisons there. And yeah, there's even more. People called in and pointed out that, in this photo up here, it looks like Messi is diddling Yamal as a baby. And let me see if I got the story here. Shoot, where did it go? It's somewhere up here. We just covered it. Oh, you got this one too. Snap. In Kansas City, they just busted 19 people for diddling children. And Kansas City was the home location for Argentina. And Kansas City was the last team to win back-to-back, and they did it. They were the first team to do it in 19 years. They did it for Joe Montana. By the way, you guys, about number 19 and Joe Montana, the World Cup began on June 11th, Joe Montana's birthday. The Chiefs beat the 49ers in the 2019 season, and then they were the first to go back-to-back in 19 years in a game that went to overtime 1919. Also Chiefs over 49ers. So there's something up with that. And like I said, if you guys find more 19s, leave them in the comments. And yeah, thanks for everyone for tuning in tonight. It looks like most of the people that were here have dropped out, but didn't see too many people subscribe to stick around. How sad. That's probably YouTube punking us, though. Probably for each new subscriber, they probably unsubscribed somebody else to keep us right where we were. Also, I did see Punk Rock said the World Cup was set July 15th. Remember, that was 2 years to the day of Adidas post about goat versus baby goat. But look at that, 19 weeks before Maradona's death anniversary, and they paid tribute to the hand of God through this whole thing. Unbelievable. And then Jimmy Fallon, born on the 19th, the anniversary of him coming out, which is about the goat passing the torch to the baby goat. Shout out to Oscar. Shout out to Richland. Shout out to Jessica becoming a new member. Shout out to Chris, always dropping the decodes with the tips. Open Up gave us the Revelation 5:5 about the lion Leo. Cashville Lady says, you are now listening to the truth. Appreciate that, Cashville Lady. Rick James always gifting the membership. And yeah, Cash, you know, both those narratives had value and legs. Every day, taking advantage of the rig. Join us on Patreon, you guys. We're on Patreon all day. Well, I shouldn't say we're on there, but we're on there every day, 24/7, 365. I don't take days off. Again, apologies to the $11 tier. There was a glitch today. For some reason, the $11 tier didn't get the notes today. I feel really bad about that. We'll make up for it tomorrow. You guys can get the full stream and join us for the, again, normally on the weekends, you don't get the live streams on the $11 tier, but tomorrow we'll make up. You get the live stream tomorrow to make up for today. So yeah, hey, you want to join us? We'll go over World Cup big time tomorrow, get some new information. $11 tier. I'll see you in the morning. And until next time.